Sound to your mind.
Breathe. I stay quiet as I light on my loud light. Breathe. I balance diet, I'm just trying to get my pounds right. Breathe. I stay quiet as I light on my loud light. Breathe. I balance diet, I'm just trying to get my pounds right. Shouts all on my team, I need more than a mattress support in my dreams. Could grab a few Z's like I'm falling asleep, but I don't wanna wake for the morning. Grief, breathe. Tears drop to the formula. See a broke heart, but it's worn in my sleeve. Never listened, I was warned in my teens, but I still skip school, I was taught in the streets. Ring back, don't call for police. Stand tall, don't fall for the beast. Got issues with trust, so I'm born to believe. We've been a victim of love and now we're caught in it deep. Breathe.
Sure to be the game of the tournament. France versus Senegal. First game for France. First game for Senegal. And you know what? I'm looking forward to this game. You know, I think this so far should be the best game of the tournament. You know, you've got some serious attacking talent from both teams, you would say. Obviously, more France. But again, you know, Senegal are a very good team. You know, they're quite an all-rounded team. But yeah, that France team is literally the same team that went on and beat was it Northern Ireland, the Republic of Ireland the other day. You know, it's a very, very strong team, and I think it's probably arguably the strongest they could go. You know, I would still have Camavinga playing if he was in the squad. You know, Ryan Cherki, Desiree Doué, you know, you can pick between either one, but they've got some serious quality, man. France, and obviously there's no Paul Pogba, no more Anthony Martial either. But the new batch of French players, man, is promising. You know, Mike Maignan in goal, for me, one of the best keepers in the world. Back four of Jules Koundé, William Saliba, and Deo Upamecano. And again, Upamecano, to be fair, for France, you know, he always shows up for them, really, you know, and I expect him to be the mainstay as part of that France backline, you know. And then Theo Hernandez, for me, at left back, massive fan of Theo Hernandez. I think he's a top player. Sorry, where's it gone? Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Theo Hernandez at left back. I think he's a top player, you know, and I would love Man United to sign Theo Hernandez personally, you know, but obviously he's playing his trade in Saudi. You know, the midfield too, you know, Manchester United linked Aurelien Tchouameni, Adrien Rabiot. I call him Didier Deschamps' love child, you know, because the fascination that he's got with Rabiot, you know, is odd, but Rabiot is a good player, but I just think that for me, I would definitely have had Camavinga in there, but wasn't meant to be. And in the front four is where it gets interesting, you know, because you've got players there, especially in Desiree Doué, Ousmane Dembele, and the captain Kylian Mbappe. You know, all three of them players are all interchangeable, you know, so you can find Mbappe through the middle or on the left. The same with Doué, the same with Dembele. But for me, I'm looking at the star player, and that is sure to be Michael Olise. I actually think this could be Michael Olise's coming of letting everyone know, you know, just how good he is. And as I say, he'll be playing on that right-hand side. And then on the bench, they've got the likes of Cherki, you know, Jean-Philippe Mateta, who can play as a target man. You know, Bradley Barcola, who's a left winger as well. So again, they have got a lot of talent, man, in this French team. You know, Konate's on the bench as well. Obviously, Saliba's is ahead of him for that. But they've got a lot of talent, man. So yeah, man, I'm looking forward to this game, man. I think Senegal, you know, don't rule out Senegal, man. Let's go through Senegal's team as well. You know, they've got a mixture of, you know, experience, Premier League experience. You know, you got Edouard Mendy, formerly of Chelsea, in goal. I think it's Crepin Diatta at right back. You know, Kalidou Koulibaly. You know, this guy was earmarked to be the best defender in the world when he was at Napoli. You know, him and Niakate, ex-Nottingham Forest centre-back. You know, they'll be patrolling that back line. And then West Ham's El Hadji Malik Diouf, you know, who's had a decent season with West Ham and has been linked to the likes of Manchester United. The midfield is where it gets interesting. You know, they got Idrissa Gueye of Everton, Lamine Kamara of Monaco, who I'm a massive fan of. You know, and I think Lamine Kamara's name hasn't really been mentioned. And then you got Papa Gueye as well, who scored the winner in the AFCON final, I believe. You know, which obviously got turned over to give to Morocco. And then the front three, man, there's no Iliman Ndiaye. You know, I'm gutted he's not playing, really. You know, I'm gutted he's not playing. But they've got Ismail Assar of Crystal Palace, who's a very good player. The captain, you know, and a legend for them, really, in Sadio Mane. And then they've got Nicholas Jackson. So, listen, that front line they've got there, man, is going to cause France problems, you'd have to believe. But I'm making France the favourites. Guys, let me know your predictions as well. I'm going to say France win this game. I'm going to say 3-2 France. That might be a bit optimistic. Actually, you know what? No, I'll take it back. I don't think it will be that high scoring of a game. Yeah. I'm going to say 1-0 France. 1-0 France, you know. Big up to Lumi Rain each and every time. Says 3-1 France. You know what? I was thinking that, but I don't think it's going to be that high scoring of a game because it's the opening game for both teams, and you'd have to believe that both teams are going to be a bit cagey, you know, come the first half for me, you know. Foxy Danny says Senegal 2-1. Yeah, Senegal 2-1. As I said, I'm gonna say 1-0 France, but something is telling me, that I don't know why, but I think Senegal will score. You know what? I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna say 2-1 France. I'll say 2-1 France. So I think Senegal score, but I think France will win the game. So yeah, I'm gonna go 2-1 to France. So yeah. And guys, make sure when you come through, you smash that like button for me. Kickoff is about to start in about 4 minutes. So yeah, big up to yourselves for coming through as well. Fitz should be joining us, guys, in a minute. So Fitz is gonna jump on the stream. So yeah, he'll be on in a minute. So national anthem time. Guys, for me, France are the favourites. You know, I said France at the start of the tournament. You know, I think France, and then even though Spain did draw with Cape Verde, I think Spain will be up there. But France, to me, are the favourites, purely because of their attacking talent. Man, they've got some serious talent in attack. Gav, do you think players enjoy all the travelling for the World Cup? I mean, even if they didn't, I mean, they can't really say too much, you know. These guys get paid good money, man. So, yeah, I think even if they didn't enjoy it, it's like, get on with it because, you know what I mean? I know you're not getting paid for international football, but, you know, you're playing for you're representing your country, in it. So it's like a duty of service. So, but yeah, the traveling won't be ideal, but it is what it is, man. These guys know what they're stepping into when you're playing for your country or when you're playing for your club. So it is what it is. But yeah, as I said, man, I'm looking forward to this game. Big up, my guy. Big up for coming on. Big up. French players going to be skipping celebration when they score. Listen, man, I've got a feeling, man, it's going to be a tough game, but I do think it'd be foolish, man, to rule out Senegal. You know, Senegal beat England in a friendly comfortably as well. So so yeah, man, it's I'm looking forward to this game, man, to be fair. What did you think about the Spain game and Gavi playing out wide like Matuidi in 2018? You know what? Yeah, this is a good question, because if you look at the lineup that I done when I done the World Cup series, yeah, the lineup that I went with was the exact same lineup, you know, that more or less De La Fuente played. You know, I did tell you that Unai Simon would be in goal, because Unai Simon has been their goalkeeper for a while. You know, and even though he has conceded a lot of goals this season for Athletic Bilbao, you know, when it comes to seniority and being regular playing, he's always been there, man. You know what I mean? So, and the back four, Kabasi, Laporte, Cucurella, and Llorente. Yep, spot on. I said that back four. Rodri, Pedri, Fabian Ruiz. Of course, it would be that for the balance. But the front three, Arafabal was always going to play, but I didn't expect Gavi and Ferran Torres. And again, Gavi and Ferran Torres played because Yamal and Nico Williams were both not 100% fit. So yeah, Gavi playing out wide. Again, when you look at it like this, yeah, Gavi playing out wide is because Spain like to outnumber and dominate the midfield. So if you've got Gavi playing out on the left-hand side, he's naturally going to drift inside, you know, and play central. But it's all about outnumbering the opposition. You know, I think maybe if they had an out-and-out winger to start the game, it probably would have changed the flow of the game. You never know. But yeah, Gavi playing out there was purely because of it was purely because Nico Williams, as you can see, wasn't fit enough to play 90 minutes, and the same with Yamal. So I expect next game, I think, at least I think Yamal's definitely going to start, but they probably might play Ferran Torres on the left-hand side, or if Nico Williams is fit, you know, he might get the nod, you know. So but yeah, man, it's going to be interesting to see what they do. But yeah, Matuidi playing out wide when he played for France in that final, it was more of a case where you've got the hard-working Matuidi, who is actually a central midfielder, but then you can allow you know, the youth and the exciting Mbappe to be that outlet on the right-hand side for Olivier Giroud being the striker. So it worked. But they've got too much quality now, France in attack, to be playing central midfielders like that out wide. You know, them things only happen if you're trying to nullify an opposition's strongest threat. So, yeah, man, it'd be interesting to see what they do next game. But I expect both, at least Yamal definitely to start, and then Nico Williams to get more game time. Gav, are your parents both English? No, my dad was Dominican. You know, Guadeloupe, French colony. You know, I got French in my family as well, which is why I follow France a lot. And mum's got Saint Lucian in her. Kick off the mat now, guys. But yeah, obviously, like my mum was born in England. My late father was born in Dominica. But as I said, Guadeloupe, you know, French colony. That's where my love for France is, really, you know. Kick off now, guys. 25 seconds in. Let me just Oh, unlucky. Imagine they had Camavinga instead of Rabiot. Bro, you're talking my language, man. It should be that. It should be that. No, the team that France could potentially have, yeah. This is why I can't stand Deschamps, because yeah, Deschamps is going to be to the detriment of this team. You know, imagine having Camavinga, Chouameni, and then you've got Turkey in the 10, you know, or and Dembele from the left, or Mbappe from the left, Dembele through the middle, Elise on the right, Doué. Craziness, crazy talent there, but he likes Rabiot, and I can see why he plays Rabiot, because Rabiot is a good player. But for me, Camavinga had to be there, you know. And the good thing about Camavinga, yeah, is that Camavinga is going to be hungry, I believe, come next season, because I don't think he saw himself missing the World Cup. Because if you guys actually remember, Camavinga was meant to be the next big star in world football, and he hasn't quite gone to plan like that, you know. And the fact that he's not in the World Cup squad, you know, I just believe next season he'll be hungry, which is why I want United to bloody to sign him, man. Yeah, Iliman Ndiaye on the bench. Yeah, he's on the bench, man. To be fair, I am surprised, but then I'm not, because you know their front three has been quite consistent. You know, you got Sadio Mane, who's the captain, and then you've got Ismail Assar and Nicholas Jackson. So it's not really that surprising, but Iliman Ndiaye can come off the bench and make an impact, man. That's what I'm banking on. Any transfer news or rumors today, Gav? I've been too busy to look. So I was live earlier today at 1 o'clock, and I did discuss Man United's apparent interest in Crescencio Somerville, you know. And I think a lot of people are not really too impressed with the Somerville offer, but I actually think Somerville's a good player. And I think if he goes to a better team, you know, and they allow him to get into 1v1 isolation a lot of the time, he could cause problems, you know, because as you saw his goal yesterday or the other day for Holland, you know, he's been in very good form, you know, and it's one of them things that he could cost slightly cheaper as well in comparison to a lot of the other wide players, because Man United have been linked with Diamande, you know, Barcola the other day, Iliman Ndiaye. Iliman Ndiaye is the one that I want United to sign, but Somerville, I like him, you know, because Diamande, for me, I think Diamande, I think he's a bit raw in the sense of, you know, he's got pace and strength, very direct, but I want more footballers at this team. So I look at Somerville, and Somerville's more of a footballer, definitely Iliman Ndiaye, than what Diamande is. But apart from that, I think Tottenham have just agreed a fee as well with Brighton for Jan Paul van Hecker, you know, 52 million as well. So yeah, they're getting their business sorted out. And of course, they want news that broke last night. They want Sandro Tonali, which is mad. Yeah, it's crazy. Crazy mix. Somerville isn't an upgrade on any of your attackers. I hear it, but I'm more looking at the profile of Somerville, you know, because I think a lot of fans are more interested in big names, and I hear it to an extent, but big names don't always work. You know, I think it's important to get profiles rather than just getting the big names for the sake of it. So I'm more looking at Somerville in terms of what he could potentially offer us going forward, and the fact that he could cost cheaper than what a lot of the other players are gonna cost. But again, yeah, you look at the winger market. The winger market just ain't there. So this is where we're struggling. And footballers in general just ain't there. Because if we could get a Kvaratskhelia, you know what I mean? Now we're talking, but you're not going to get players like that, unfortunately. So, you know, you're shopping in a kind of a small pool in a sense, you know. But yeah, it's frustrating, but good play. Ismail Assar. Good play, Upamecano. Played Upamecano. Good play. Senegal on the front foot at the moment. So yeah, I think Somerville, like is Somerville a well beater? No, but then again, there ain't many left wingers that are now. The only ones you're talking about are the Kvaratskelias. Yeah, I think Kvaratskhelia is the standout player, the standout left winger. I don't really see anyone else that's really of that level. If there is, let me know. But he's the standout one for me, which shows you that nothing on Kvaratskhelia, but it's just low in quality, man. In terms of good play, they're causing problems Senegal at the moment. Yeah, I like Nusa, but I just don't think. I think like Buadi, I don't think United are going to go for players like that. I don't think they're going to do that. I think a lot of United signings are going to be either Premier League proven or players that are around the 23, and I think between 23 and 25, you know, they might be looking at players among like as the majority of players in that kind of bracket. So I know Edison's 27, but I think he could be the one off, you know, of the players that they're looking at. You know, but yeah, I think Noose is better than Diamande as well. He's a better footballer than him, but I think fans like Diamande because Diamande he's got pace, he's got strength, and he's direct. And unfortunately, that's the kind of era we're in now. When any players like that, they're gonna be talked about in a way, because of that. Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? Most of France is Senegal. Patrick Vieira was one. Lee says on the ball. Man United supporter. Man United supporter, yeah. Who's latest to turn up, Fitz or France? No, I'm pretty sure he'll be I'm pretty sure that he'll be on, you know. Gav, you should try and buy Rio or Dalman. Listen, Rio's gonna be a top player, man. No doubt. But and the thing is, you see Vincent Company, you know, he's just signed Saibari as well from PSV. So the Rio links now are going to be dead because it was quite obvious that Vincent Company was looking for a left winger or a multifunctional forward. And the fact that he's got Saibari there, and as you can see, Saibari has been playing through the middle for Morocco. So they've just signed him. So that's more or less saying that Rio's going nowhere. And again, we can't sign Rio. You know what I mean? For many reasons. He's at Liverpool. You know, Liverpool are not going to sell him. They're going to ask for silly money. And the same with Dalman, isn't it? So, but yeah, I think both players are good. But I want to see how they get used next season because I think in Rio's case, can Liverpool rely on him being a first choice winger, left winger, for for them next season. I think it's unfair to put that pressure on him. And then if you look at Max Dowman, Dowman's got Bukayo Saka, who's the vice captain and the highest earner to contend with. You know, and obviously if he plays in the 10, he's got the captain Odegaard, Eze, who was a big money signing, to contend with. So I don't really expect, especially Dowman, to get much game time next season. You know, unless someone unexpected leaves. And Rio, to be fair, will get more game time, I believe, than Dowman. But again, if they make him their first choice left winger, it is quite unfair in that sense, isn't it? Yeah, big up Lumi. Lumi knows her stuff, man. Lumi knows her stuff. Look at that. Yeah. So Chelsea let Rio, Lewis Hall, Elise, Musiala, Guehi, Livramento, Rice all go for cheap. Yeah. But again, what that shows you, yeah, is that, you know, the scouting has an eye for talent, for one. And what it also shows you is that, you know, they were a team that, in my opinion, didn't really think of the bigger picture in those players, really. And I'm pretty sure there's a few others as well. You know, there's a few others. I'm pretty sure that there's more players like that. Guys, 12 minutes in, or 13 minutes in, should I say? Tell me what you think of this game so far. What's Koulibaly doing? Oh, that's poor Dembele. Too much pace on it. You know what's crazy, yeah? You know what's crazy? Dembele playing as a 10. You know what I mean? It is crazy, isn't it? Like, he's gone from being an out-and-out winger to now being a false 9, now a 10. Crazy, isn't it? But again, they've got interchangeable forwards anyway, because you're going to find so many of their players popping up in different positions. Good play. Yeah, man, I agree. Cherky should be playing the 10. He should, you know, but this is what I'm trying to say with Didier Deschamps, yeah, is that, again, Mbappe is going to play. He's the captain, yeah. Dembele is the current Ballon d'Or. He's going to play. Elise is world class, and, you know, he got a hat-trick in his last game. He's going to play. So you're looking at Doué or Ryan Cherky. And for me personally, Cherky should be playing in the 10 more to help with the balance, you know, because I look at Doué, yeah, and Doué should be competing with, you know, if you're going to play Doué from the left, then you've got Mbappe or Dembele that can play there as well. So he should be competing with one of them, and then maybe the same with Barcola. But I think, and then of course you can play Doué on the right, you know, Dembele can play on the right. Even Mbappe came through playing for France on the right. But Cherky as the 10, because what Cherky does, yeah, which is very underrated, and I don't think many pick up on this, yeah. Cherky's a maverick, yeah. But Cherky is one of those mavericks, yeah, and you don't really get them too often. He's one of them mavericks that just likes to keep the ball. You know, he knows when to put his foot on the ball and keep it simple. And a lot of players that are like Cherky that play in the same position, a lot of them don't do that, you know, in terms of foot on the ball, slow it down. You know, you don't really get that too often, but he should be playing, yeah. Yeah, Cherky's ambidextrous. So is Usman Dembele, but Dembele's right-footed, Cherky's left-footed. I mean, so, but bloody hell, man, choking on a live. But yeah, I think they should Cherky should start for me, you know. Even Elise in the 10. Gav, what supermarket do you shop at? Well, listen, are you gonna think less of me if I tell you a certain one? So nah, man. It depends, innit? Let me know what one you shop at, and then I'll answer. I don't want you thinking less of me or highly. Cherky's like the feke. Yeah, I hear. Yeah, you can guess, and I know exactly what you're gonna say as well. I know exactly what you're gonna say. But yeah, go on, guess. Oh, your Tesco's, yeah? Okay. I thought you might have been Waitrose or something like that. Sainsbury's, nah, man. Nah. Nah, I don't shop at Sainsbury's, man. Waitrose. Nah, Audi. Audi. Duway's not keeping the ball at the moment. Oh, good ball. Good ball. Poor cross. Thing as well though, with Senegal, man. Senegal got pace. They've definitely got pace in that front line. You know what I mean? But again, France can counteract that because Teo Hernandez is not slow. You know, Upamecano's got pace, Saliba's got pace, and Koundé's rapid as well. So Lidl's bakery is horrifying. I don't know. I don't really shop in Lidl's, to be fair. Yeah, I think Audi is Audi's convenient. You know, it's convenient and be fair, yeah, it's decent. It has what it has in it, and then the odd Costco as well. France must have the quickest team in the World Cup. Maybe. Trying to think what other teams are there. Yeah, probably. I mean, you could even put Senegal in there as well. Gab, you're a company director. What gave that away? Company director? Nah, man. What made you think that? Mexican wave, yeah. Nah, nah. Nah, don't be silly, man. Yeah, come on, you gotta love Costco. Come on. You gotta love Costco, man. All that bulk. Come on. They do some deadly jelly beans in there as well, to be fair. So if you get a chance, man, you get some jelly beans from Costco. Yeah, you can't go wrong, man. But I wouldn't advise it, man. High in sugar. But Gav, do you think if Umtiti never got that injury, he would be top 3 defenders of his generation? Great question. Do you know, it's a great question. Again, I'm trying to think who was his generation again. That's the problem. But you see why I'm always talking about, yeah, having balance in your lineup. You know, if you look at the centre back pairing that France had, yeah, they had Raphael Varane, who is struggling. You know, he's getting crowded out by the physicality. They had Raphael Varane and Samuel Umtiti as the centre back pairing, yeah, and then you've got, and again, what people don't talk about as well, yeah. This is what I'm trying to say to you, where the levels of football was back then. It was higher, yeah. Because if you look at France and Spain's centre back pairing, either one was from Barcelona or Real Madrid. You know, Varane was at Real Madrid, Umtiti was at Barcelona. I'm not Varane, sorry. Gerard Piqué, got away with that. Gerard Piqué was at Barcelona. Sergio Ramos was at Real Madrid. Yeah. And again, it just shows you that the levels of what those teams were producing. And even if you look at the fullbacks for Spain, so it was mad because Spain had Piqué and Jordi Alba. 2 of them were at Barcelona. They were the starting left back and left side centre back for Spain. And then Real Madrid had Sergio Ramos and Dani Carvajal. You know, and the relationships they had over the pitch. So you got balance because you got left-footed centre back, right-footed centre back, and then you got that foot at fullbacks. You know, and the balance was mad. But Samuel Umtiti was a top defender. You know, and you know, I don't think he gets the credit that he deserves, really, because I think a lot of people might just look at him as just a normal centre back. You know, and again, the injuries played its part. Could he have been? Oh, they're through. They're through. Nicholas Jackson. Oh, off the post. Unlucky. 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 And you know what's mad? Nicholas Jackson obviously was at Bayern Munich on loan, wasn't he? So he would have been up against Upamecano a lot in training. But yeah, in transition, man, they're a problem. But yeah, to say would he be a generational defender, it's hard to say, man, because if you give me a list, Clement, give me a list of defenders, yeah, because I can't think on the spot, yeah. Give me a list of defenders that was in Umtiti's generation, and I can tell you if he would have been, because injuries did kill him, but he was a top player, man. And again, he was a left back. He come through at Lyon as a left back, and then went centre back, and then played centre back for Barcelona. And he was a very good player, man. Again, if you haven't seen mine and Fitz's all-time 11, Umtiti was in there. Guys, bear me 1 minute, yeah? Fitz is in the house. 1 minute. Bear me 1 minute, guys. Yo,
Yo,
what's happening, man?
you good?
Yeah, bear me 1 minute, yeah?
Yeah, man.
Let me just sort this out. Where's my score gone?
No, that last one worked, bro.
That one there.
That one, yeah. That looks like it worked.
The only thing is I can't get the. Where's the score gone?
Yeah.
Can you see it on it now?
Yeah, go up slightly. Go up slightly. No, other way. Sorry, other way. It's gonna cut off either a little bit of the time or a little bit of the top score.
Okay.
I'd go there. I'd go there. People can tell that that's a nil at the top. Hopefully.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah, bro. What you saying, man? You all good?
Same old same, bro. Same old same. Just
I hear it.
hectic as ever. Hectic as ever. What
I
about
hear
you,
it,
bro?
man.
You good?
Yeah, not too bad, man. Not too bad. Yeah, just as same as you, man. Just getting on, man. You know what I mean? Obviously, yeah. World Cup for me hasn't really kicked off too tough, if I'm honest. You know, but I think this could be the best game of the tournament so far. The way it started has been decent. So, but yeah, no. Apart from that, man, I'm all right, man. I'm good. I'm good. Just interacting with these lot in the chat. Someone asked a good question, yeah. And I mentioned that we done our all-time 11, innit? So someone asked, and big up to Clement, man, says, do you think if Umtiti never got that injury, he would be top 3 defenders of this generation, of his generation?
Quite possibly, you know.
Yeah, I was thinking that, but I'm trying to think who was in his era. All right, who's this? So Ramos, Godin, Van Dijk, Chiellini, Hummels, Bonucci, Varane. It's not a bad question, you know.
The only people that I'd put like on a like they're safe out of that bracket, there's
Ramos.
Chiellini, Bonucci, Ramos, and Varane. The rest, I could see without an injury. You could easily bump one of them out of the conversation, innit?
I agree. I think Ramos for me is unquestionable, man.
And so same for Varane for me and Chiellini and Bonucci because of what they did at Juve. I feel like them man are all pretty much safe in that conversation, innit? But
yeah, exactly.
Everybody else, like there's an argument for why somebody else could come into the chat instead of them, innit?
Yeah, I agree.
Golding and Virgil and that. Like, everyone knows my opinion on Virgil at this point, but yeah, man, it's fucking.
Hey, he scored the other night though.
Bro, I don't want to hear this nonsense, man.
Listen,
Save that till Jonas is on stream, man. Jonas is the one that want to tell me all that.
Wait, look, who's this? Is that Nicholas Jackson? Nah, Paul. Or was that Ismail Assar, sorry. They called him problem, Senegal. It's gonna be a tough game for France, but Mbappe's been poor, man. He's been poor. But yeah, I think that list there, I think the only ones, Bonucci, Varane, Chiellini, Ramos, the only ones really that can chat. I think people will say that Van Dijk's better than him, but
I'm not hearing
sure. Yeah. Fitz, question for you from Lumi.
Go on.
So she says, at a water park, what slide do you go for first?
I'm not gonna lie. I don't like heights, so I'm probably just gonna end up just chilling in like on the side or in a wave pool or something. Uh, Even as a kid, it took the fact that my brother would basically be like, "Come, you've got to do it with me." Like that emotional blackmail in it. Like nowadays, my kids, I've got four. Go and do it with your sister. Go and do it with your brother. You know what I mean? Like, nah, I
Yeah.
don't need to do that no more.
Mm.
But yeah, man, fucking go. The highest I go on a like going Blackpool or something. It's a log flume. That's it. That's all I'm doing. I'm not. I'm not here for nothing else.
Just keep it simple. Yeah.
Trust me, just like the burgers and that.
All right, that was a crime, man. No salad in your burger.
Bro, no salad on anything I eat, bro. Like I say, it's a garnish. If you look at what the definition of garnish is, it's a decorative item. It's not necessary, really.
I don't know, man. I can't just have a plain burger, man. It's dead. I can't do that.
Nah, you throw cheese on there, maybe a little sauce, but that's all you need. All the rest of it's just wasting space.
What about what about gherkin?
Nah, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck a gherkin, full stop. But like, I'm dead. Like, no lettuce, no. I don't want no salad.
Yeah.
It's not happening. Like, the closest to a salad you're getting is if I choose tomato ketchup. Like, that's it.
That's what Lumi just asked. Actually, what sauce for your burger?
Well, for a burger, it's got to be barbecue in it.
Yeah. Guys, anyone spamming the chat? Yeah, I'm not gonna answer your question. So, you know what I mean. If you want to subscribe, then subscribe. If you don't, then that's up to you, innit? But if you're gonna keep spamming, I'm just gonna ignore it. Clement Grenier says Thiago Silva too. Yeah, listen, Thiago Silva, man, one of the greats. I mean, he was generational, no doubt. I like Thiago Silva, man, when he was at AC Milan, and I never forget this. Yeah, when I used to play the Pro Evo games, yeah, Thiago Silva was the highest rated defender I'd ever seen. He was something like 92 as a defender on Pro Evo.
Yeah.
Crazy. I've never seen a defender be 92. So,
but then you very rarely saw anyone reach past 90.
Yeah.
Back then they treated it like R9. I swear R9 on certain FIFAs was just like fucking 88, 89s and that. But he was like the best striker on the game, but he was just realistic with it. Like no one's getting that close to 100. You know what I mean? But no,
exactly.
Everyone's 94. Everyone's at least 80 in it these days. It's a joke.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. It's true, man.
But back then,
what's your prediction for this game?
Huh?
What's your prediction for this game?
To be fair, I feel like it's probably gonna be another fucking like what people would say is a surprise or a dead game in it. I reckon it could be a quiet 0-0 or even a 1-1. Like,
yeah,
I feel like because if Senegal score first, I can see it going 1-1. If France can somehow score first, they'll probably just like see it out kind of thing, innit? But
yeah,
I feel like if Senegal score first, that obviously France then on having to do all the work, innit?
yeah. No, I agree. I've gone for France 2-1. I don't know why, but I think Senegal will score because I was gonna say France 1-0, but something's telling me that Senegal can get a goal, man, because they've actually got a decent team. You know, and they're causing France problems as well. So
like I say, the thing that I saw about the ball as well, like
yeah,
it doesn't matter if you've got 3 or 4 absolute bagsmen. If these men are struggling with the ball, they're on even playing with any other strikers on the field or attackers on the field, innit? Like
yeah.
If any time you're hitting the ball the way you do every single day of the week and it's not doing what it always does,
Yeah.
what then, innit?
No, you're right. You're right, man. You're right. I mean, I don't think this World Cup, I don't know, it's hard, man, because I don't think this World Cup's been that great at the moment. There ain't
But
really been a game that I would say, oh, that game's been great, man. I just think, it's been to be fair, it's been a lot of high scoring games. I mean, that Germany game against Curacao, man, 7-1, madness.
but that's what I'm saying, though. Like the way that the group stage is set up, like everyone's like all the major teams have pretty much got a clear path into knockouts, innit?
Yeah,
Like not really a concern. Like how many World Cups has there been where you're looking at it and you're like, fucking hell, you don't know who's gonna make it out of that one. You know what I mean? There's been times where fucking France has struggled, England struggled to get out of group stages and all sorts. So it's one of them
yeah,
where it's like, realistically now with the expansion, everyone's kind of got a clear cut path to knockouts. It just makes the group stage kind of irrelevant for me.
yeah. The thing is though, do you think it makes the quality of the World Cup like low?
Yeah, because bear in mind, like, so if back in the day you'd have had like a main favorite, and then you've got two that realistically deserve to go through, and then you've got one that's kind of an underdog story in most groups. Realistically, that made for the first game and onwards being competitive. Now,
Yeah,
like I say, you can kind of first game get a decent, and like look at Germany. Like now they've got a piece of piss for their group.
yeah,
You know what I mean? They've just the goal difference that they've just acquired there. Now they can literally just shut down 1-0 wins if they wanted to.
yeah, literally.
I'm saying like they've made their work so much easier for themselves off one good win. And this is what I'm saying. I even said it when Luke was asking the question. I put them to be the worst performing team, because you look at some of the
Curacao, yeah, I remember you said that. Yeah,
you look some of the teams in their group, you can see a 6-0, a 7-0, and you could see it coming.
yeah,
So it's one of them, man. And obviously, fucking looking at our group, Panama's the other one that's realistically should get the same kind of treatment. But there's a few. Obviously, you've got the game like the Spain and Cape Verde game where it's like, well, everyone's surprised because Cape Verde should have been battered. But again, like the fact that everyone's praising the keeper, yeah, cool. But I'm telling you, man, having that level of attackers on the pitch, not being able to beat a 40-year-old, don't tell me that's not the ball.
yeah. It's odd. It is odd.
How you get me? What are the odds of it? What are the odds of it? A 40-year-old keeper from Cape Verde keeping Spain out like he did. Something's not right there.
Yeah, it's
Just
mad. The thing is as well, I read something today actually that there was a guy that won I think he won, what was it? Did he win something like 3.2 million for the Cape Verde and Spain game?
mad.
Yeah, I read it today. I think he won 3.2 mil for the bet.
What did he put on it?
I don't even know, man, but I just see it today. Like literally, they said I can't remember what they called him, but said 3.2 million for the draw with Cape Verde and Spain. So he must have put something serious on there. But
that's what I'm saying, because I know the odds on it would have been like it would have been favorable for him anyway, but not like my man must have put a hefty sum on that.
Yeah, exactly.
Score and all that, you know what I mean? There's no way you just put on a draw and you know what I mean, a grand. It's not happening. Like, he's definitely put on big P. But again, someone to put on a bet big enough to do that, is that not suspicious as fuck?
But this is what I was gonna say. Yeah, it's like I don't really understand the thinking, because I don't think there's anyone that would have said Cape Verde are gonna get anything out of Spain. So this guy must have known something that we don't. You know what I'm trying to say?
Especially to put the amount he would have needed to put on to win that amount.
Yeah.
Because realistically, how much did you say again?
So he won. I think he won 3.2 million.
right? So he's got to put on at least 100 bags,
Yeah,
at
yeah.
least to put on 100,000 on that result on that game is outrageous. You knew
Let me see if I
something.
can find it. I'm gonna see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, I'll find it.
Like you see some rich people doing some idiotic stuff. Like you see
Mm.
Drake doing stupid bets. I guarantee you're not gonna see him put up like a 500,000 bet on Canada against
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, it's not gonna happen. It's stupid.
Head is, yeah. So a bold punter made 3.2 million by backing Spain not to beat Cape Verde at the World Cup. And then a punter lost 750 grand after outrageous bet on. So this one he put
For
so
Spain
this
to win.
oh my lord. This guy put says there he put one unlucky World Cup punter saw 1 million go down the drain with Cape Verde's shock draw with Spain. Profit of 85,000. No. Yeah, profit of 85,940. Sorry, 85 mil, 943,048. I think it is, yeah. That's crazy, man. That is mad. Yeah. I think that I don't think it's gonna say how much they put on though. Let me see if I can find it.
Nah,
Um,
but that's the thing though. If you think about it, like people putting on stupid money for Spain to win makes
yeah.
perfect sense. Big favorites. It seems like easy money, really. You know what I mean? Like
Oh,
realistically, no.
bro,
Go
he put down, yeah. So it says there, user put down $427,952 dollars, which is 320K, on Cape Verde to avoid defeat against their decorated opponents at 9% odds, roughly 10-1.
but right, but that's what I'm saying. So in dollars, it was nearly $500,000. Yeah, that's it. You knew something there, fam. Like, there is no way anyone is putting on that kind of bet. Just
Poly,
because.
it says that, yeah, Poly Market confirmed after the match that the punter had cashed out an incredible 4,700,000. Okay, yeah, so obviously that's in dollars. So 3.5 million. He cashed out on 3.5 million. What? This
This
is
is what
crazy, man.
this is what I'm saying. Like he
That
knew
is
something.
crazy.
Like yo, considering like
Mm,
there's so much about this that just seems off. Like bear in mind, remember that there was a guy that came out and said, "Oh yeah, we've sold out every fucking match of the World Cup sold out." You see bare
yeah.
empty seats, and you see fucking people eating lunch in the fucking front rows and that. Like
Mm,
hydration breaks finish, and man, I gotta wait for advert breaks to finish so they can play again.
crazy,
It
isn't it?
it's fucked like from early, like
Mm,
how unprofessional it is over there with with this sport. It's shown that they don't give a fuck about it, but it's also shown how shady shit is over there. No one can
yeah.
tell me a man putting $500,000 on a rank outsider like that on a weird obscure. Nah,
Mm.
something's going on there.
It's odd, and it is odd. It is odd. Gav, who would you rather be stuck in a lift with, Kevin Clockenders or Bruno Fernandez? Yeah, definitely Bruno Fernandez, man. I can tell you how average he is. You know what I mean? So, yeah, definitely Bruno Fernandez, man. I'll just say to Bruno, why do you keep spamming passes all the time? You know what I mean? Why do you think you're Zidane? You know, I'll have them words of him. But yeah, nah, me and Kevin in the lift, nah, forget Kevin, man. Forget him, man. That guy's different. And clock enders, nah, he can bounce as well, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, nah, definitely Bruno Fernandez. Definitely Bruno. Let's see this. So yeah, man. Obviously, stoppage time now. What's happening? I had a feeling this game would be like this. You know what I mean? Not really much giving up, but I think out of all the African teams, yeah, I think I got a feeling Senegal might get the furthest. Oh, that's poor, man. That's poor. You know the problem as well, yeah, with guys, let me know what you think, yeah. Do you think that the fact that Deschamps is playing all four of them, Elise, Dembele, Mbappe, and Doué, is messing up the balance of the team? Like, what player do you reckon should be sacrificed? What's going on with this? What's it behind?
Just don't feel like a World Cup, does it?
I'll be honest with you, man. It's not really been that great, the World Cup so far. I don't think it's been that great. I mean, I know obviously the first group of games, isn't it? But yeah, I don't think it's been that great, if I'm honest.
It's like at first I thought it was the times of the games that was kind of throwing me off at knowing it was starting.
Yeah.
But I don't even think it's that because I remember back to like was it 02? But I swear it must have been 02 because I remember going into school like an hour and a half early because if you went in early and watched the first half, then you didn't have to do lesson until the game was done, kind of thing, innit? So I
Yeah.
remember I was sat in the school canteen watching the Brazil match. But like yeah, like that even that felt like a World Cup. Like you was getting up, waking up early, excited to watch the games and that, you know what I mean? Yeah,
Yeah.
and that was early from early in the tournament. This is just I don't know.
I think it's not helping as well where it's based in three countries as well.
Mm,
I don't think that helps. You know, Mexico, Canada, and America. You know, I don't know if that's a factor in it as well, but it doesn't really feel like a World Cup to me. It just feels like a bunch of nations that have just come together to play, you know, like a group league match or something. You know what I mean?
you know what it feels like? Remember back in the day on
Yeah,
I think it was Pro Evo because they didn't have the World Cup rights for the thing in it, so it'd be like an international tournament, but it was like a league tournament with all the nations in it. You remember?
yeah, yeah.
It feels like it's like that, like a knockoff World Cup. You know what I mean? Like it just doesn't feel the same, man.
Yeah.
And obviously, you need the games like from when they first start playing. You need the games to be exciting.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not. This is dead.
All
Like,
goal. Oh, he's missed. How did he miss that? Ismail Assar should have scored that, man.
I've got that Northern network, man. I'm fucking a few
Are you
seconds.
behind, yeah?
Yeah, should have killed that.
Half time.
What a time that would have been to score as well, man.
Yeah, but that's the problem with a lot of yeah, that's the problem with a lot of like some of the African teams, isn't it? Like, you know, they're hard to beat, but when it gets into the final, sometimes these guys don't finish off their dinner, man. You know, but
I hear it, but don't forget, it's not like he's a bad player. He's only a few yards out there. I'm telling you, man, that ball is fucked. Like, I'm telling you, by the end of this World Cup, I guarantee Bear man come out saying that the ball's
the ball
went
weren't
off.
the same. I'm saying, yeah,
Yeah, man, I'm telling you. It's like I said, even just still this early in the tournament, I'm seeing a lot of shots and stuff where it's like, well, that's you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, only thing I could explain about it is the fact that the ball's meant to be fucking different in it. So
yeah. Have you seen any of the news of any of the transfer news today?
uh, nah, I don't think I have. I've barely actually flicked through anything. I've just been mad busy in it. But
Yeah,
yeah, I've seen bits and pieces over the weekend, but I don't think I've seen anything today or yesterday, to be fair.
yeah. So
Fucking
I mean, I went live earlier today, about 1 o'clock, innit? So yeah, Man United have been linked with Crescencio Somerville of
okay.
West Ham.
Yeah,
Tottenham have agreed a deal for Jan Paul van Hecker of Brighton, and they're in for Tonali as well.
yeah.
And what they're saying about the Tonali thing is that Tonali and what's his name, the Zerbi, they're actually from the same part in Italy. They're from Brescia, so they reckon that link might help get Tonali to Tottenham. But the problem is, I just don't see Tonali going Tottenham because Tonali's what, 25 or 26. You know, he's a Champions League player. Tottenham are not in there, and it's like, well, you've got Champions League clubs chasing you. So, I mean,
Yeah.
unless you're you know, you're in love with bloody De Zerbi, then I just don't see it happening. You know what I mean?
Nah, realistically,
Mm,
it's like for example, yeah, with Tonali, I know there's FFP reasons why Newcastle have kind of got to let him go, but
yeah,
one of the main factors that we was hearing that why he'd have to go if they didn't fucking finish was because he doesn't want to be in like no Europe, you know what I mean? He wants to be fighting for the big competitions.
yeah,
So it defeats the whole purpose, like
mm,
just helping Newcastle's FFP solution and just going, just because this guy's from the same part of Italy, it's like, if I was a baller, I'm not going to
mm,
let just the fact that this manager's a Mancunian persuade me to go anywhere. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like,
Mm.
if I know, well, leaving Newcastle for Tottenham, it's the same kind of project.
Yeah,
But
it's like a sideways move, isn't it?
yeah, like there's
Mm,
absolutely no logic to it other than that only that link. Oh yeah, they're both from the same town in Italy. Means
yeah.
fuck all, man. You know how many people in
Mm.
Manchester I don't like? Means absolutely nothing, bro.
Yeah, I hear it. I know it's crazy. It's crazy. When I see the link, I'm thinking like even though I think you got to take it seriously. Because I'm only taking it seriously because the Zerbi's there, you know, and there might be that sort of thinking in there. But if Tonali's got anything about him, he don't go to Tottenham, and surely not. You know,
Because I can understand like with certain like because obviously I know that Chelsea are looking into him and like basically us Chelsea, even if City are in for him,
yeah,
Liverpool, it's all new managers and he doesn't know how that's going to pan out. So there
mm,
is an element of risk to it, but at the same time, they're at least all in like
yeah.
European competition. You know what I mean? Like Chelsea did they made conference, didn't they?
Do you know what? I think didn't Chelsea miss out altogether? That's what they did.
Oh shit, they did. Yeah. That's why all them man wanted to leave, innit? That's fucking. I seen an article about Palmer, Caicedo, and somebody else as well.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they missed out altogether.
Yeah, I think they did.
The only thing I would say though, yeah, is that I reckon that they could actually be a problem next season because they've got the 1 game a week. So
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. They have got a decent manager, and to be
mm,
fair, I feel like the group of players he's got there, he has got some good players there and some good quality there. It's just a
oh yeah,
case of
they finished 10th.
yeah. So they're fucked it. So yeah, that's essentially a sideways move, but
Yeah.
almost more guaranteed to be back in Europe than Tottenham is. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And then what you think Liverpool, United, City, they've all still got to look like healthy options to him, despite having like new management involved and all that. And then
Yeah.
obviously I know that Arsenal are in for him as well. Arsenal's got to look like a much better option for him.
Yeah, I think you'd believe if Arsenal was to come in for him, then he's going to choose Arsenal over Tottenham.
Yeah,
But
because you know
I
straight
just,
away he's going to be
yeah,
next to Rice every single game that he can do. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's like he'll basically make Zubimendi a backup. That's
Well, he should, yeah. But
to be fair, I could see it. Like it makes no sense in bringing in a Tonali and have him like rotate in time and that. Like, nah, he's your main guy next to Rice, and then you obviously got Zubimendi that he can come on when one of them's not playing too well or been booked or whatever. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
yeah, man, I just don't see Tottenham as like it can't.
realistic. Yeah,
You know what I
it
mean?
don't make no sense.
Just the fact that there's a guy there from your town or village or something like nah, that's not
Yeah,
enough. It's not enough. Not when we've been complaining that these men don't even treat it like a sport no more. They treat it like it's just a business.
mm,
No way does he end up at Tottenham. No way.
yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, this transfer window in general. I mean, I think did it open yesterday? Like, I
Officially.
swear it opened yesterday or something like that. But like all these rumors and that are boring. Like it's just because again, you get a lot of people coming out saying they're in for this player, they're in for that player, and then you know what I mean, nothing's being sorted out. It's actually boring, isn't it? You know,
No,
it's actually boring, but
well, it's realistically, it's all that happens throughout the summer anyway, and then eventually, like, because you'll hear like, especially at United, you hear about every fucking player potentially signing, and then you'll
mm,
always get a handful. It's
yeah,
it's it's part of the game now, isn't it?
yeah,
I just like to pay attention to who we're linked to and how long we're linked to them for.
mm,
The longer that we're linked, the more likely it is that we are actually fucking close to something with them in it. Because
yeah, exactly. And
especially
it's just
more
I think United are being linked with the same sort of players, but the only one realistically, um, yeah, the only one realistically that looks like there's something that's going to happen is Matthias Fernandez. But even the fee, you know what I'm trying to say? Because they're saying that Man United can get him for around 65 million.
but
You know what
that
I mean? And you'd hope
I
so, but
I think even that's too high for a player that doesn't want to play in the championship.
yeah, but the thing is
You know,
that but Southampton have got
I
a
know they've got a
15% selling.
percentage. Yeah. So West Ham's got to make it worth their while, but it's
There
well
you go, yeah.
that.
Because
But at
if
the same
I reckon
time,
if that wasn't in place, if that weren't in place, you could probably get him for 65. Like,
oh, yeah. No, but the thing is, like
mm,
realistically, West Ham, considering they got relegated, yeah, like obviously no club plans for relegation unless like Wolves in January started planning for relegation because they knew in it. But
yeah,
no one goes into a season planning for it. You might plan for the battle to stay up, but you're not planning to get relegated. So when these men
yeah,
are signing players like Mateus Fernandez, like it's pretty much like, well, yeah, we're gonna be lower half of the table, but we intend on staying up the way that we always do, innit? So the fact that they've dropped the ball, kind of thing, that's why they're not gonna get or shouldn't really get compensated the way they expect to. Like, if my man was forcing his way out because he was above a relegation battle and they were still in the Prem, fair enough. But you've been relegated. He doesn't want to play in that league. He will throw his toys out from the looks of things. You're gonna have to just suck it up. Like, what did they buy him for?
They bought him for 40 mil.
40, in it. So like, realistically, they got a 15% on that. If you sell him for what, 45, yeah, realistically, you just there or thereabouts. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, you've got to cut your losses with shit like that, because you took a risk in signing a player that will not play for you if you get relegated, knowing full well that you're in a relegation battle most of the seasons. You know what I mean? So it's not. I don't feel like they're in a position where, as a club, they can hold out and say, "Nah, we'll hang on to him." Because what if he does an Isak and just throws his toys out? I'm not gonna be starting. You know what I mean? It's one of them, bro. Like,
yeah. I think as well though. Yeah, big up to Dereless as well. Big up yourself, man. I think as well. Yeah, with Matthias Fernandes, I think it's a similar boat for Somerville as well, because Somerville's already done his apprenticeship in a way in the Championship, obviously when he played for Leeds. So I don't see Somerville, now that he's a senior Dutch international as well, I don't see Somerville going back down to the Championship. So I reckon someone's going to take him, because the very fact that he started for Holland the other day and scored, he's now he's now an international, isn't it? So I actually think he could be gettable for cheap. But the thing with Matthias Fernandes, it's one of them things where West Ham are open to selling him, but it's just that 15% clause which is in there, which means that the price is going to be slightly higher, so they can justify getting rid of him. But it just means that any club that want him, it's like, how bad do you really want him? Because
no, I hear it, but that's the thing, though. The prices that we're hearing currently, that's them trying to cover that 15% and still make a profit. Then, like, my point is, they're not in a position to try that. Like, that's what you can do if you just about beat relegation, and he says, "Look, I'm not up for that again next season. I've got to go." Yeah. Then at that point, all right, cool. This is the price we're gonna bang on you. Someone will come in and pay it. But when you've been relegated and the player doesn't want to be there anymore, at that point, like I say, you've got to cut your losses. All right, you don't want to lose on the player. So you look at, okay, how long's he been here? How much do we really need to sell him for so it doesn't affect us on the fucking like FFP or anything like that? And how much is going to be like to balance it out? How much do we need to add on to that to get the 15% as well? And do that, like, literally just try and get what you paid for him back. Because at this point, like, if you can get what you paid for him, you're not in a good position. It's not ideal, but you've not lost on him, because realistically, if he just refuses point blank and says, "No, I'm not doing this shit," are they really in a position to hang on to him and keep him in the reserves, knowing full well?
They have to get the best price for themselves, innit? But I mean,
but the best
I
price,
hear it, but
it's got to be dependent on your position, though, innit?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. If you was in the Premier League, the price tag is different. But if you've been relegated from the Premier League and that player doesn't want to play in the Championship, now you've got to look at your fee and say, well, I can't ask that now. No one's going to pay it because they know that he doesn't want to be here, and we've got to sell him. You know what I mean? So why not just at this point? I know they're going to try and hold out and try to get what they can do, but I feel like
how much do you reckon he goes for?
Well, it depends. Like, how many seasons he's been there for now?
I think it's his first season.
So he's had
I
one
think it's his first season. Yeah, one season. Yeah.
And right, how many years was his contract for?
I reckon his contract would have been about 5 years.
You sure West Ham are signing 5-year contracts?
Let's have a check now.
That sounds long for a relegation side.
No, but the reason I say that, yeah, is because of his age. And if they're gonna, because they signed him when he was about 20 from Southampton, so I very much doubt that they're gonna sign him on like a 3-year contract. Guys, second half just started as well. Let me just check. Let's have a look.
Yeah, check it, because I know as a club you'd want to, but as a player, would you going from Southampton to West Ham? Would you want to sign 5 years to them, knowing full well that you're kind of locking yourself in for a good 3-4? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So seeing news that Man United have agreed a 5-year contract. I don't believe that. Yeah, so he got a 5-year deal. Yeah.
Okay.
He got a 5-year deal which runs out in 2030.
Right. So we're talking basically each year of his contract, his value can decrease like fucking 7.5 or some shit. So
yeah.
like let's just say right now to just the money that they spent to make that back where they've not lost on FFP, they need say 32.5, yeah. 15% of that's gonna be what, like fucking just shy of 5. Yeah, so say if they said 40 mil, they're technically making a profit on him and covering the 15. You know what I'm saying? They're making a 2.5 mil, which obviously it's not really like profit, but for a relegation side that just needs to sell, you get what you get in it. But that's what I'm saying. At 40, they're making, so say 45, they're making just shy of 10 mil on a player that has to go. You can't. You've covered the 15 and you're making 10 mil on top of what you've already got out of the player. I don't feel like a relegated side should be or could be asking for more when they really sat down in negotiations. And I think most clubs know this. I don't think any.
Yeah, I think the thing is, yeah, West Ham don't seriously want double than what they've paid for him. Yeah, I just think West Ham would know that there's clubs in for him, and they're just trying to drive the highest price, isn't it? That's what I think they're doing.
And if they
I think they'll be happy with
mil for him, they're likely to get like 55, 60 because they've overshot in it. But that's what I'm saying. I personally, I do feel like if clubs really all went to the table and just played hardball, I know some will just give that extra 5 to get the fucking advantage in it. But if everyone and just said, nah, 50 mils all y'all getting for a fucking player that's just been relegated, they'd take it because they'd still be up. But it's one of them. For as long as they entertain these kind of things, like it's daft. Because like imagine now someone pays 80 mil or even around 70 mil for a relegated player that's not English tax. That's just fucking. That's just for a standard fucking import, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I also think as well though, yeah. What is making it more difficult is the fact that when you're seeing Man City are getting a bid rejected of 120 million for Elliot Anderson, yeah, or sorry, the first bid was, I think it wasn't 100 it was like 80 million up front plus add-ons or something like that, which made it 105. Yeah, when you're seeing that get rejected, it now means all these other teams will know that, and they'll be looking at the fact that, especially if you look at someone like Matthias Fernandes, yeah, Fernandes is younger than Elliot Anderson. He played in a equivalent team that was struggling at the bottom. And is he better than Elliot Anderson? Is Elliot Anderson better than him? Who has more potential? So West Ham will be looking at that side of it and thinking, well, if you're going to be saying 120 or whatever being rejected, you know, we're well within our rights to start saying 80 mil. The only problem is they got relegated, isn't it?
No, I hear it, but this is what I'm saying. Like, realistically, for me, the only club that should really be looking at this whole Anderson saga is Palace, because they've got Wharton, who's similar in the sense of it's 2 young English players the
Mm.
the hype train has already left the station. Everyone is
Mm.
on these man like the next best thing, innit? So
I actually
really,
think Wharton. I actually think Wharton's better.
to be fair, I prefer Wharton, but that's because realistically, I don't like Anderson's better for me going forward. I right now I'm seeing it as Cobby's our guy for that. So I'm looking at what we need in it. And for
Yeah,
me,
yeah,
Wharton would be
yeah.
the ideal one. But obviously,
Mm.
fucking when we're looking at them too, everyone's already on them. Everyone's hyping it up. Fucking the PR, the English tax, all that. That's the inflation.
Yeah,
Realistically, no one's been talking this season about Mateus Fernandez the way they have about Wharton or Anderson, and that's not
mm.
because of like his ability or quality or potential. That's simply because he's playing in an English league, and we're
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about English teams signing these players in it.
yeah,
So a Fernandez, considering, like I say, a homegrown player that has come up through an academy in this country is more valuable to an English team than an import. That's
mm.
just on a business aspect. That's how it is. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Because, like I said to you, we're trying to get rid of Bayende and Onana. We
yeah,
re-signed Heaton for an extra year because he's homegrown, and we're looking at like last I seen, we was looking at Sam Johnson. So basically, we're just giving Lemens everything and just having two homegrown guys to fit the quota, knowing and not getting any time.
yeah.
You know what I
You're
mean?
right.
So
Oh, sorry. Let me just stop you there. Yeah, you see, I'm laughing. Yeah, big up to Derek says, "Is Senegal doing good?" Yeah, and you know what? Right on cue because you see Senegal. Yeah, one thing we know about Senegal, as with a lot of the African teams, they're all physical. They can all run. They've got pace. Yeah, and you see Kylian Mbappe. Yeah, he's found his match in a team like this because he can't outrun them and he can't use any sort of strength because these guys are hungry for one, and anything Mbappe does, he's just getting brushed off the ball. He look really and truly, yeah. Mbappe should come off, but he's the captain, the big name, and I think Elise, go on. Oh, good save. Yeah. So the things with Mbappe, he should really come off, but he's not going to come off because he's the captain and the big name. But then what's going to happen? He'll get probably a chance where he scores, and then people will ignore the fact that he's been shocking because he's stayed on the pitch because of his name and gets a goal. You see what I mean? But he's been poor, Mbappe. But Senegal are actually doing well. Elise almost scored. But yeah, I think this game really is in the balance, man. It could be either team. You know, what do you think of Lewis Hall? Do you think Lewis Hall is realistic for Man United to get? Because Livramento is out injured now. He's been replaced by Trevor Chalobah, isn't it? But do you
yeah,
think the fact that Livramento is injured now, that means that they're gonna keep Lewis Hall? Or
yeah.
do you think that
I
he
think
might
they're
be
gonna
one that goes?
try the hardest to hang on to him. Like
Yeah.
simply because of that, in it. Like I think they'd have been a bit more open. Like I don't think they really want to lose him, but they'd have been a
Yeah.
bit more open if he
Mm.
hadn't have got injured. You know what I mean? But now that Livramento's out, it's well, yeah, he's pretty much the last person they really want to be selling now, innit?
Yeah. So what you think the fact that he's injured, you think Newcastle are not gonna want to let Lewis Hall go then?
Yeah, but if you've heard that about Somerville today, like considering we was looking at Hall, which probably meant Dorgu was going to get more time on the wing, but
Mm.
now it's kind of spun and we're looking at a winger, so Dorgu will probably go to left back. But
Yeah.
if you remember when we was talking about potential transfers and what we could do with the money that's fucking going to be generated from the sales and the contracts and everything, that
Mm.
he was one of the guys I even said like cheap deals to fill up a lot of these positions because we need a proper rebuild, but a lot of it's just depth. We need one or
Yeah.
two first team players, but then it's basically just having a better quality of depth because when you've got to take off a copy, you're putting on Ugarte, you fucked. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You can't just have a full strength team and then everybody else is a joke.
Yeah.
So for me, like them kind of deals, like Somerville and that, makes perfect sense because we realistically we've got Cunha, if Bruno's gonna knock around, we've got Cunha who's gonna need to go out left. We've got Dorgu who's gonna have some time out left. Also trying to rotate Mbumo and fucking Ahmad. There's talk about the looking at another striker as well. So maybe the thinking we can allocate having maybe Ahmad on the left and Mbumo on the right, because we've seen that a few times as well, innit? So like you can tell Somerville would just be an option in it. But someone like a Tonali or a Camavinga, you know, they're coming in for first team football. Edson, like everyone kind of can see that he's coming as an option. He's not coming to be first choice, because we're all expecting bigger names to come in that position, isn't it?
Yeah, but again, this is what I was speaking about earlier. Yeah, and even when I spoke today, Exedra was saying that he doesn't really rate Somerville in it. But the thing that I say, with Somerville is that he is someone, as Derles has said, he can play both wings, and the fact that what's it, Mbappe, he's missed. Good save, Mendy. Yeah, again, Somerville can play both wings, But what I look at Somerville, I'm not saying Somerville is a world beater, but I look at the fact that what he done in a team that got relegated. I'm looking at how much he's going to cost, you know, what he can do in a better team, and the left wingers just ain't there, because you're not going to get Kvaratskhelia, you're not going to get Keenan Yildiz. Yandi Amande is a good player, but I don't really want a pace and power merchant like that, because we've kind of got that on the right-hand side with Mbuemo. Iliman Ndiaye is the one. And then if you're looking at Premier League base, the only two I'm looking at really is Iliman Ndiaye and Somerville. And that just shows you that the left wingers in world football just ain't there. Like, I like Antonio Nusa as well, but I don't think United go for Nusa. I think United go for someone that's probably a bit more older. But I think what it does, it just shows you, that the market for left wingers is just not there. Because the very best ones, like Kvaratskhelia, like Vinicius Jr., you know, Rodrigo, I just don't think Man United are in for them type of players, and don't think we can get them at the moment. So that's the problem. You know, Yandi Amande is reportedly going to PSG. He's going to cost about 100 million. He's not a 100 million pound player. Aye, penalty. Corner.
For who, France?
Nah, it should be a Mbappe got fouled, man. I thought it was a pen. That was a pen. I'm pretty sure, man. Let me see this, guys. What do you think? That was a pen, surely. Let me see this.
Looked it.
Yeah, bro, it's a pen. It's a pen. If they go back to VAR, it's a pen. Yeah, it's a pen. It's a pen.
Well, they're doing VAR, yeah?
I think VAR is El Hadji Malik Diouf as well. If they go to VAR, it's a pen. No.
It looks like he got a toe to it.
Do you reckon? It's a penalty, man. Yeah, I think it's a penalty.
No. I would have given the penalty, but I'm saying that's what the VAR are seeing. It's hit his toe.
Let me see.
It's like a little bobble right on the end of his foot. But it didn't change the direction of the ball.
The funny thing as well, remember what I just said about Mbappe, no pen. No pen.
That's what I'm saying, man. If it shows it again, check his toe.
That's the same. I don't know, man. I want to see. It's going over. Yeah, it's gonna be a pen. It's going over to the monitor. And sorry, that's what I was saying, bro. You see with Mbappe, Let me see this. Nah, it's a pen, Fitz, man. He
No, that's what I'm saying. I will give it a pen, but the fact that I thought it had been checked and cleared, that's what I'm saying.
Sorry, it was Sadio Mane, not Malik Diouf. It was Sadio Mane. Yeah, I think it's a pen, man. That's what I'm saying. With Mbappe, yeah, he's been poor, but then in a sense, he justifies staying on because he's just done that now. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And that is football for you, man. It's going to be a pen. Let me see. It has to be a pen. Yep, penalty. It was a pen, man. It was a pen.
Yeah, 100% was a pen. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I thought it had been cleared and checked, or checked and cleared, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I thought, like, it looked a piece like it might have touched his toe. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, but, sorry. 1 minute. What's going on there? They're saying no penalty.
That's what I'm saying. It looks like it might have bobbled. Look, it looks like when Mbappe's touched it, it's like bobbled over his foot before Mbappe's gone down.
Bro, no penalty. Wait a minute, I'm confused. The referee come over, yeah, and said pen.
One sec, I've got the sound on. I need to hear it. I'll mute it my side.
Yeah, go. That is odd, you know. I've never seen that. The referee said penalty, but then yet. Apparently, yeah, some people can play both wings. He can. He's playing actually playing on the right for Netherlands in this tournament. So,
but the same leg that catches Mbappe, it looks like the ball bobbles off his toe. But that's off Mane, isn't it? But
Mane made contact with him though first.
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying about this whole tournament. I can't take it serious, bro. Remember back in the day where you'd be watching the World Cup and you'd see like the top refs that you'd see in Champions League and all that. I don't recognize none of these refs these times in these World Cups.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, the fuck is going on? It's
the thing is, there always seems to be there's too much coverage that's given to VAR and the refs and all this kind of stuff, innit?
No, I hear it, but bear in mind, bro. Nowadays, yeah, look how much time is dedicated to VAR and the referees and their decisions and that. Bro, no one knows any of these refs. Back in the day, everyone knew the baddest referee on the planet and knew who you know exactly who I'm talking about when I say the baddest.
Yeah, Kalina, man, come on. Yeah,
exactly, bro.
The only ref that I've seen on Pro Evo.
Exactly, on the front cover of the game.
On the front cover, unheard of.
Man. Yo, bro. But this is what I'm saying though, like there was no fucking VAR, there was none of all that shit. My man was a star because he was the best referee on the planet. That's what made him famous. Nowadays, these refs are the star of the show, and no one knows who they are.
Sorry, one sec, bro. What a turn, Elise. Oh my god. Michael Elise is ridiculous. Bitch, you gotta watch this, what he's just done, yeah. Michael Elise, what a turn, what a through ball to Mbappe, and Mbappe just didn't read it. Mate, this guy is world class. He done everything right, and what they've done, yeah, what they've done is what they should have done in the first place. They've put Elise in the 10, but that's where Turkey should be playing. But Deschamps, yeah, you see Deschamps. Deschamps is he's in love with playing the Doué, Dembele, Elise, and Mbappe. Really, Turkey should be playing the 10 for the balance, yeah? And he's got to be brave and drop one of them. You know what I mean? But he's now put Elise in the 10 because Elise has got that ability to create. And that through ball he just played there.
Yeah.
Quality, man. Quality player. Who you saying will win the World Cup? So I've always said for me, the favourites are France and Spain. I think France, Spain, Argentina, for me, if I had to say any three of them, they'll be the three that I would say will be the favourites. But something's telling me, yeah, that this tournament there could be a surprise winner. Play Doué. Oh, Teo Hernandez. They're turning it on now. AJ reckons Germany. Yeah, but is that because Germany beat Curacao 7-1? Is that why you're saying Germany? You know what I mean?
Because they hit the ground running in it.
Yeah. I'll tell you now, Germany got Ecuador in the next game, and that won't be easy because Ecuador are a decent team. They got beat 90th minute by what's her face, by Ivory Coast. But who good ball? 1-0. Mbappe. I told you. Michael Elise. Yeah, Mbappe. I told you. 1-0. And bro, this is what I'm trying to tell you, yeah. You see football? This is what I mean about football, yeah. Football is one of them games, yeah, where and Mbappe probably typifies it, yeah. He has been poor, Fitz. He's been poor, yeah. He's been dominated, and you just keep him on the pitch, yeah, because he's got that in him. And Michael Elise, what a ball. 1-0. 1-0. Look at the ball. Look at the run. He's onside. First time finish. And this is the thing about Mbappe, yeah. You have to give Mbappe credit because when it comes to big moments, yeah, this guy's there for it. He's there for it, man, consistently. Consistently there for it. Hey, Lumi Rain with the controversy take. Elise better than Yamal. You know what? You see me, yeah. There would be an argument for this, yeah, saying, nah, listen, you can't be saying that, yeah. Oh, yeah, Mbappe's on smoke. I think it's a fair argument to say Elise better than Yamal. That's how good Elise is. But again, are we saying that after? Oi, Nicholas Jackson's through. Oh, 1-1. What a fin! Offside. Offside. He's offside. Is Elise better than Yamal? I think there's an argument. Yeah, he's offside. Nicholas Jackson. Good finish, though. William Saliba got done. Good finish.
I do feel like it's definitely gonna be Elise and Yamal as like the next like Ronaldo, Messi, Maradona, Pele. You know what I mean?
Well, the thing is, yeah, do you know what it is? I think realistically, yeah, they're probably trying to do Yamal and Doué, and that's only because Doué's right-footed. So if you want to do the Messi and Ronaldo thing, it's got to be left and right-footed, and Yamal's the left foot in it. But Doué for me is not that level.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think because obviously, like they've tried to do the whole fucking Haaland Mbappe thing, and it's not working out. You know what I mean? Yeah. So then now they're already
it never was gonna work out. Let's be honest.
So now it's a case of fucking what else can we do? And I do genuinely feel like it, because obviously Spain and France as well. Like these teams, you look at like the international setups and that, and then you look at the clubs that they're at. The set to be global fucking stars for a while, you know what I mean, and doing things on the top stage.
Well, the thing is though, yeah, you're now because Elise is 24, isn't it? So, and obviously Yamal's turning 19, I think next week, I believe, or something like that. Yeah. So, if I'm looking at someone around Yamal's age that plays in a similar position, the only one I can think of, is probably Kenan Yildiz. He's the only one.
But that's the thing for me. Yamal's that far ahead where he's in conversations with early 20-year-olds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's too far ahead of people of his age right now. You know what I mean? I don't feel like it's like no one can really compare. And then when you look at like the elders, international setup does play a part in these fucking things. Like bear in
Yeah,
mind,
I agree. I agree.
it's always played a big part. I can't
Mm.
see that being the one. You know what I mean? Like Kavrat, as good as he is, he's not getting put in no conversations like this. You
Yeah,
know what
but
I
again,
mean?
Kavrat Skelly is a bit older, isn't it? I'm purely looking at someone around the similar age, isn't it?
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm
And
saying. Like nobody ever
yeah,
did a Kavrat and someone like kind of comparison. Like there was never any of that because like I say, there's not enough there to make it work. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Obviously, with Yamal and Elise, like I say, France and Spain, Bayern and Barca, like there's enough there already. And obviously, Yamal, everyone that'll be one of the arguments. Well, Yamal was so much younger and did it fucking at a higher level from a younger age. But
mm,
obviously, like that's where the story will get interesting because Elise might have stupid numbers. And you know what I mean? It's just like, well, you don't know how the argument's going to look in 10, 15 years, in it, when everything's
mm.
all said and done. But I do feel like that's going to be it's in the end, that's going to have to be the comparison of
So
like
what you
this.
reckon it'd be your Mal and Elise?
Yeah, it's going to have
Mm.
to be. Like I say, no one is close enough to Yamal's age. That is the closest. Like the
In terms of quality as well, yeah.
yeah, like you can't really.
I'm trying to think though. Yeah, I'm pretty like because if you go to the top teams, yeah, Real Madrid. I mean,
Because
Real Madrid have got.
got Goulet, but this is what I'm saying. I can see a
Yeah,
Goulet and Yildiz comparison, but that's never going to be the big
yeah,
one.
but they're both the same compatriots, though, isn't it?
But that's what I'm saying. No, but
Yeah,
you can see where there's going to be some kind of because they're the same age, same country, both in different leagues. One's in Italy, one's in Spain. Both at
yeah,
fairly big clubs, though. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, yeah,
can't
yeah.
take nothing away. So it's
I
one.
think Yildiz needs to leave Juventus, though.
Yeah, because obviously Italy's a league, and the clubs are basically fucking living off history, in it.
Yeah,
But like realistically, like you can see why they would be like because obviously one's more on the right, one's more on the left as well. You can
mm,
see like where they could be a potential for that, but that could never be the big one because the country they're playing for, you know what I
yeah,
mean? Like it's not considered one of the top countries. Obviously,
yeah,
I can't see them winning a a World Cup. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it's not gonna be the one, but France and fucking Spain, these are always in the conversation. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
No, you're right. I'm just thinking at the moment because you got Leonard Cole, who's at Bayern Munich, Musiala. I actually think though, yeah, Musiala obviously because of the injuries as well has slightly dropped off, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
For me, the conversation with Musiala is him and Verts.
him and Verts, yeah, yeah, yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like certain players have got clear head to heads like with other people, but again, the fact that that play for the same country, that
yeah,
takes away from any kind of rivalry, so it dampens it a lot. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So, but like I say, France and Spain, these two as nations are gonna be aiming to win all the major trophies.
yeah,
So over the next few years, that because like realistically, Portugal and Argentina isn't really a close and hasn't been a close fucking conversation. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Ronaldo in that battle there was always fighting an uphill battle that he wasn't
Mm.
going to win.
Bro, Zhao Felix should have been the one.
Yeah, but to be fair, Portugal's are quite a lot of players that should have been the one. That even though they was like some was still quality, but like I've said it a few times. I remember Rui Costa. I remember at one point he was like seen as better and better potential than Zidane. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Everyone was
mm,
hyping him up like he was the next best thing. Zidane looked like a decent shout, but fucking Rui Costa was something else.
mm.
then look at how it all panned out. It's one of them. Like there's been a few, but
The thing is though, I do think though, yeah, if it is to be a Messi and Ronaldo comparison, left foot, right foot, it would have to be Doué. But as I said to you, Doué's not that. Doué's not Lamine Yamal level. He's not. He's a good player, but
for
I
me
think
though,
he's got a lot to do to be considered on that kind of path, innit? But he would be ideal because he's a similar age. I think Doué's 20 actually. Yeah, so Doué's a couple of years older. But he plays in a similar position. That he plays out wide on the left hand side. Yamal plays on the right. You know what I'm trying to say? France and Spain.
no,
So he should really be Doué, but I don't know if Doué gets to that level.
but that's the thing for me. Like when I'm listing the things that come into it, like obviously, fucking will their like nations be competing for shit? Are their clubs gonna be competing for Champions League?
Yeah,
Are the clubs gonna be competing for the league that they're playing in and all that? Like all these things play a factor, and then after that, quality's coming into it before what foot they prefer. You know what I mean? So for me, like I'm not even looking at it like when I think of Messi, Ronaldo. One of the last things that comes to mind is the fact that one's right-footed, one's left-footed. You know what I mean? Because it's already enough to like look at and judge them through before you start looking at like you know what I mean. So for me, I I I genuinely do feel like because Yamal is a standout, they're not going to compare him to people of his age because it's going to be unfair. So they're going to compare him to someone that's a few years older. The only person close that can fit the criteria will be Elise, innit? And like I say, just look, the eye test itself, that looks like it's going to be a good fucking watch over the next few years, seeing how them man do. Like, that's the most important thing when it comes down to these things. But fucking remember, like Ronaldo at United, I used to love watching United when things really started clicking with Cristiano. It brought back real nostalgic vibes for me, and because obviously we were still always there or thereabouts, but when we started playing with Tevez, Rooney, Ronaldo, bro, the joy of watching that, it was crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's like obviously the same thing watching Messi. It was fucking it was a pleasure to watch him playing it. It's like these things come way before I start looking at what side of the pitch they play on. Like for me, a winger's a winger. I can judge a left the same way as I can on the right, in it. Cause you've got the same job, you're just working on different sides. You know what I mean? So like that's why I can have a convo and be like, well, who was better, Giggs or Bex? Because even though they did different things, they were same position essentially, just different sides in it. Now, what do you prefer? Do you prefer the man that will take on a defender and fucking
the dribbler or the passer, really, isn't it?
Yeah, which one? Like for me, I do like a bit of both. Giggs was my guy, but like the balls that Bex would deliver was ridiculous. Like I
pinpoint
Bex highest. You know what I mean? But I'm more like Scholes is one of my main guys, and one of the first things I'll say about the pass. You know what I mean? The pass was crazy.
100. The thing as well, I tell you, there is one player there that I think people should be looking out for, and he's actually unlucky. He's actually at PSG, innit? He's just come on now for Senegal, Ibrahim Mbaye. He's only young. I think he might be 17. I think he might be 17, But watch out for him. He's a very good player. You know, he's someone that could be in that bracket, but the only problem he's got is that he's playing for PSG and he's up against a star-studded front line, which is going to be difficult for him to get game time, isn't it?
Yeah,
but he's got ability, man. This guy, Ibrahim Mbaye, just come on for Senegal now. But yeah, let me go through some of the questions quickly. Anyway, into questions. So Lumi says Yamal is overrated, but good, but will finish his career. People talking about what he could have been. Interesting. I mean, I don't particularly agree with that. I don't think he's overrated because this is a guy that is, you know, I keep saying this. This guy made his debut at 15 and was a key player for club and country at 16. Like, that's unheard of. Like, tell me a player that was a key player for club and country at that age. I mean, Pele won a World Cup at 17, but Pele wasn't a key player for club and country at 16. So this I'm trying to tell you, like, this, what this Yamal is doing is ridiculous. Like, when he came on yesterday, it's like there's no surprise in how they went up another level, innit? You know what I'm trying to say? So yeah, to say he's overrated, I think it's not. I don't think it's fair personally, because Yamal has proven what a top player he's gonna be and what a top player he is now. You know, but and the thing is, what the reason why I don't think Yamal is gonna drop his level is purely because you can see him spending his whole career at Barcelona, and the way Barcelona play football is going to suit Yamal because it's part of their DNA. So as long as he stays at Barcelona and they keep bringing in, you know, players to complement him, and he keeps doing what he's doing, he stays injury free, there's no chance of Yamal being overrated or people saying what he could have been, because this guy should be dominating the Ballon d'Or, in it, you know. But what Elise's doing, I know he's a couple, I know he's slightly older. Like, Elise's doing the equivalent to what Yamal is doing, you know. So, and obviously Kvaratskhelia is ridiculous, but he's obviously a bit older, you know. You think Yamal will do that in the Prem? But why has he got? You know what? Yeah, this argument makes me laugh. Yeah, why has he got to do it in the Prem? Why? Hey, Barcola's through. He's got to score that. Good finish. 2-0. Bradley Barcola. Good finish. 2-0. I went with 2-1, yeah? Yeah, the pace and the movement's too much, man. 2-0. Bradley Barcola. And this is the thing, Fitch, yeah? They've got players in reserve, yeah? And Barcola, to be fair, is a decent player, yeah? But they've got players in reserve that will start for most nations. The attack's just too deadly. If someone's quiet, that player comes off, and vice versa. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But
their whole front line has pace.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying about their depth. Fucking same can be said for Spain with like, but I feel like France have kind of got the edge. But like you see with like the squad they've taken, yeah, you could probably still put together a starting 11 that could potentially win the World Cup. You know what I mean? Yeah. Looking at all the other starting 11s that we put together, including a France one, you could probably put together 100. A French starting 11 that could rival the strongest fucking 11 they've got there. And it's absolutely ridiculous,
man. They got ridiculous talent, man. And I think the thing with France as well is that what's gonna make them go deep in this tournament is literally the array of attackers they have. And you have to think, that's without no Hugo Ekitike as well.
Yeah.
Remember, he got injured, so it's crazy, isn't it?
That's the thing, that you gotta look at it though and see, like, I've watched a lot of interviews and that with players like Henry and that.
Yeah,
he spoke about like playing fucking. It's like an academy thing, in it, like for French kids, like, but they only take in a certain amount of players. So you basically, the best of the best are all there trying to get like scholarships at this like school type place, innit? Bro, that kind of shit there, that's why they've got such ridiculous depth, because they're actually fucking aiming at the kids, and they're like, realistically, here you get scouted by a team and then you get trained by that academy, in it, and it's pretty much that simple. In France, from the sounds of it, like, you get picked up from a Sunday league team and go to school with fucking a bag of strikers. Like Henri was saying something about, I think he was in with Trezeguet, in it. Like, so in his year, he was in there with David Trezeguet, and he would have been in there with a bag more players, in it, but he was talking about Trezeguet being just ridiculous. Like, he was looking at Trezeguet like, how am I ever gonna make it out of here? You know what I'm saying? But fucking like that. That's the amount of like time that they're investing into their national setup. They're looking at it from like Sunday league. They're recruiting kids and getting the best of the best and putting them through fucking like a school where football is the number one focus in it. Obviously, they're forced to make sure that they maintain certain grades and shit to stay there and that. But yo, like I say, I'll have to find out the name of the actual setup in it. But bro,
I know Clairefontaine.
That's it. Bro,
Clairefontaine. Yeah.
Bro, it's ridiculous, but like, there's nothing like that here.
Yeah. No, listen,
I mean?
they do it different over there.
But the fact that they're doing it from that age and having an impact on the best kids of every age group, they're having an impact on how they're thinking about the game and viewing the game, and you know what I mean, like, bro, ridiculous. And that's why they've got ridiculous quality, because everyone has been basically like the mini robots, the human robots, they've been programmed to play quality football from the age of like fucking 4 for some of them, 5, 6, 7 and upwards, you know.
But the thing is, though, it's mad you're mentioning that, because this is something that I've spoken about for years, and obviously something that obviously close to me as well, where I was kind of like the unlucky one in that sense in what I was growing up into, because it's like, you see, like France, they have it spot on, the same as Spain, These guys are not interested in the physical side of the game, because naturally they have players that are physical anyway. But these guys focus on playing the right way. And if you look at the academies, as I talk about this before, the academies back when I was there, the only things they focused on was who was the quickest, who was the strongest, and those guys were being fast tracked into the older age groups or whatever to get more exposure. Whereas the players that were actual footballers, they were either training with the younger age group or not really getting a look in. And that's something that I spoke about before. And even if you look at the England national team, like back in the day, the players they used to bring up, the likes of Agbon Lahore, Theo Walcott, there's been a few others, but the majority of them players were all just based off of pace, innit? But that was the thinking behind it. And this is why I say, if you look at Thomas Tuchel, what he's done with this England team, he's more or less done what literally what I'm saying, because the majority of that team, it's just pace and power. There's no real footballers in there apart from Kobe and probably Elliot Anderson, and that's been done by design. So I just don't understand it. Whereas you look at France, France have got a good blend. They've got footballers in Elise, Cherki, Doué, Chouameni, amongst a few others. But they've also got physical athletes as well, guys that can run. So they've got that mixture right, innit? And this is why I said about England, it's either going to go one or two ways for England. It's either going to work where they blow teams away, or they're going to get found out because, if they're playing as a team that just keeps the ball, they've just got literally all pace and power players. And it's going to take its toll in this heat, man, later on in the tournament.
But you know what? Maybe Tuchel's onto something with it though, because they might, like you just said there, for years now, the academies have looked at it like, fucking, how quick, how strong are you? You know what I mean? So building an English team on pace and power makes a fair bit of sense, because that's the bulk of what you've got to work with. You know what I mean? You might have a handful of actual like ballers or more technical players, but when you're looking at it and you're like, well, everybody else is pace and power. Taking like, for example, a Palmer or something might have fucking paid off in the sense of he can produce one of them moments. But if you're looking to just, the team is one engine, and if anything is, if we need a goal, we've got Harry Kane, and that's the way he's looking at it. And realistically, he might have made a wise choice. You know what I mean?
But again, that's what I'm saying. It's either going to work or they're going to get bopped off the pitch. And I'm purely saying, yeah, because of if they was playing, yeah, let's say somewhere in Europe, I'd be like, I don't rate what he's done, but okay, but I'm purely saying it, yeah, because this heat is gonna take its toll. And then when you're playing against teams that are gonna keep the ball, if you've just got the same amount of the same old players that are just pace and power, these guys, remember, these guys had a long season as well. Declan Rice has played more or less every game. You know, what's his name?
Harry Kane's ran his legs off to break
Harry
that
Kane,
record.
another one. You know what I'm saying? Bukayo Saka. You know, all these guys have literally played the majority of the games for their clubs, so it's going to take its toll. And again, it might not show, yeah, in the first couple of games, but the longer the tournament goes on, like round of 32, round of 16, if they play against teams that, as I said, keep the ball or that can match them physically, they haven't got enough players that are going to get their foot on the ball and dictate. The only ones are Kobe Mainu and Elliot Anderson, and you're only looking at one of them starting. That's the problem. So, yeah, man. Let me just go through some of these comments quickly. Anyway, good play. Man. At least saying Turkey, boy. Let's see what Turkey does here. Do you think Lemens will get game time in the World Cup? It's unlikely, and it's unlikely because obviously Courtois is number one, and unless Courtois, you know, has a clanger in the game, it's unlikely because the fact that Belgium drew their first game, their next two games for them to qualify, you would think that they're going to play their strongest team, and it's going to be Courtois. So yeah, it's unlikely Lemens will get much time. But again, man, let's just keep him fresh for United next season. That's all I care about, I'll be honest. Gav, do you still rate Pogba? Listen, Paul Pogba is one of the best players of his generation. Like, I don't need to go into too much about Pogba. Like, anyone that's watched Paul Pogba would know how good of a player he is. You know, he wasn't really treated well at Manchester United, as we know. But in terms of his ability, the guy's a World Cup winner as well. You know, the guy's an unreal player. As I said, name me a player that has all those attributes, you know, that Pogba has. He's got feet like a winger, great first touch, technical, can shoot off both feet, pass off both feet. He's good in the air. He's got a good change of pace. He's strong. Like, the guy's got no weaknesses, literally. So, yeah, man, he's a top player. But again, people are either going to rate him or they don't, man. But yeah, listen, man, if you know your football, man, you rate him. As I said, the only player of his generation that I can literally compare him to, and not because he has the attributes that Pogba has, it's just in terms of the quality, is Thiago Alcantara, you know. Caliber of players now versus before day and night, 100%. And this is what we've spoken about. Like, the players back in the day, in comparison to now, the players now can't light a candle to a lot of these players. The only players I rate in this era of football really are the likes of Elise, Yamal, Kvaratskhelia, you know, Pedri, you know, Vitinha, players like that, you know. But a lot of the players now, man, they like, I mean, you know, you got who's the best striker apart from Harry Kane? Yeah, like they'll probably say Erling Haaland. Like, I mean, Erling Haaland or Gabriel Batistuta. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, people probably say Haaland, but it's recency bias. And Haaland gets more goals, but Haaland's nowhere near Batistuta. You know what I'm trying to say? So that's the levels, man. So yeah, it's just crazy, man. Do you think fifth place finish would qualify as success for Carrick next season if he qualifies your team for the UCL? Listen, we do our business in the window. I'm not here for fifth place. I'm here for the title. I've said that. Like, if we do our business in comparison to what this league has to offer now, Man United finished third. You know, we all know that Carrick came in and we got third. If Carrick was there for the full season, where could we have finished? So if we go and do what we do in the window, I'm looking at a title challenge. It's that simple, man. And I ain't gonna change my mind, man. Title challenge if we do what's needed. What a finish, bro! What did I tell you about the guy that just scored? What I tell you about the guy that just scored? Ibrahim Mbaye. I'm telling you now, you see this guy? He's only young, yeah? He's at PSG. He's going to be a star, man. I'm telling you. What a finish. 2-1.
It's still France has still got it in a row and a half on my side. I'm up north, innit? It's gonna happen in like fucking 40 seconds.
You'll see.
Or just
I think it's just pure power. I'm not sure if Mike Maignan should have saved it, but pure power. And this guy's playing on the right-hand side, by the way. He actually plays on the left. But Iliman Ndiaye's come on to play on the left. But this guy, I'm telling you, he's gonna be a problem, man, in the future. He's only young. What I just said as well. He's the heir apparent to Mbappe.
Okay. Not gonna lie. Fucking quality.
Oh my lord. Kylian Mbappe, 3-1. What a goal. This game, who said 3-1? Who said 3? Someone said 3-1, you know.
Mad.
Bro, Mbappe, you know what Mbappe just done as well, yeah? He's just surpassed Messi for top goal scorer in the World Cup.
Oh, like all time, like overall.
Say again?
What, like overall?
Yeah, he's just past Messi, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what, yeah? It makes me laugh, yeah, because this is football in a nutshell, man. He's not been great, but he's just won the game for his team. Let me see his strike. Oh, what a strike. Yeah. Okay, no, what a strike. My God.
Yeah.
Let me go through this chat, man, quickly. Crazy, isn't it? Yeah, big up, man. Sachin Tendulkar was a key player for India at 17 and 18 and made his debut at 16. Well, Sachin Tendulkar plays cricket. Lamine Yamal was a key player for club and country at 16 and made his debut at 15. So it's not the same. What are we doing there? Liverpool will sign Yamal. Okay. Someone's drinking, clearly. Boy, 3-1, man. Oh, someone said 3-1 in the prediction earlier today, you know. I can't remember who said it. Who said 3-1? I hope you want Lumi Rain, you know. Let me check. I'm gonna go back to the beginning of the chat, see who said it. Let me see. I'm pretty sure someone said 3-1. Let's see this. Bro, you see this Lumi Rain, yeah? See Lumi Rain? Bro, she's not a real person.
Was it Lumi? Yeah.
Bro, she's not a real person. She can't be. She can't be a real person, Fist. I'm telling you, bro. I'm gonna fight this to the death, man. She's not real.
Oh.
Bro, how is she predicting the same scoreline again? Yeah, she said 3-1.
Lumi needs to start making sure they're putting money on this. I don't give a fuck. Like the amount I've seen Lumi in the chat get predictions right, it's crazy.
Bro, she said France 3-1. I'm gonna put it on the screen now. 1 second.
I'm not surprised. The amount.
Bro, look at that. France 3-1. She said.
How many watch-alongs we've done and how many games that you've done watch-alongs for that I've seen her put predictions. Even like I've seen her put predictions in for weekend games and get the majority right. Like, bro,
she's a bot, man. She's not real. She's not a real person. Not having it, man. Not having it. I don't understand how someone can get these predictions all spot on. Like once or twice, maybe 3 times. Like she gets them spot on, all, like literally the majority of the time.
Nah, trust me. You need to start putting money on this, Lumi. I'm telling you.
I'm telling you, yeah, man. It's not even a joke. Oi, what the? What's going on there, man? I wish France conceded, man, and mess up a bet. and mess up a prediction. Yeah, what? Wait a minute. They're playing a minute overtime. Yeah, 3-1. Game done. Game done. And you see what's crazy, Fitz, yeah? Mbappe is going to get man the match now.
Oh, 100.
Can you see, yeah, what a state football was in now?
Yeah.
Because he was poor, yeah, but he's got 2 goals and he'll get man the match.
Bro, I've watched it happen for a while now. It happens all the time. Like almost every fucking United match.
Yeah.
Like you watch Bruno fucking pull off a moment and end up with the fucking man of the matches.
Yeah.
Used to, but that's what I'm saying. I don't even pay attention to all that no more. Like that man of the match stuff. Used to pay attention as a kid, but over time I've just gradually realized like who is it that actually decides? Normally it's a pundit. I don't even listen to the fucking commentary. So why am I paying attention to who they think played best? Like fuck it, innit? For me, normally I test will do for me, innit? If I've watched the game, I know who should be man of the match.
Oh, 100%, yeah, bro. I'll never be convinced by all that anyway, man.
Yeah, and to be all of getting a bottle of champers and a fucking shitty little plaque, like these man that fucking playing like for France right now, half of these players, you think they're keeping any of them plaques? You know what I mean? Maybe the first one they ever get, or one that's like a big game to them, but the majority is just going into a box in storage somewhere. Like they don't give a fuck about none of that.
Yeah,
I mean, they want the medals in it. They don't give a fuck about that little plaque.
No, you're right, man. You're right. You know what's mad though as well, yeah, is that because Norway are playing Iraq at 11 o'clock, innit?
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not even gonna say Norway should batter them because I think people would have thought that Spain versus Cape Verde, innit? But if Norway beat them and Haaland gets a couple, yeah, the next game is France Norway. I'm doing a watch along for that one as well, yeah. And as I said, man, I think it could be one of them games, man, where this whole Mbappe Haaland debate might be reignited. You never know.
No, but that's the thing, though. Again, like it's an Argentina Portugal situation again.
Yeah.
France and Norway, like Norway are clear underdogs in a match against the two. Same way Portugal have always been a clear underdog against Argentina, innit?
Yeah.
It's like did when it comes to the international thing, there's kind of an asterisk on those ones. Only one it matters to me is the Pele Maradona one, because these men were the reason their teams were dominant at the, you know what I mean? So you can look at that and include that there because both teams won shit and it's because of them, man. But when you're looking at like a Haaland Mbappe thing, kind of just do a club level, innit? It's like R9 and Andy Cole. When I'm talking about them, like there's no point in even getting international stuff involved. But when you take that out of the picture, that's where it's like, well, right, it's actually interesting to look at that one, you know what I mean? But fucking, it could be a similar setup for Mbappe and Haaland. You take the international thing away, and Haaland could absolutely duffy him for numbers. But
sorry, bro. Sorry. You know what? Yeah. Not only has Mbappe taken over Messi's goals in the World Cup, he's just become France's all-time top scorer.
No more Giroud, no.
So Platini 41, Griezmann 44, Henry 51, Giroud 57, Mbappe 58. So he's taken over Messi most goals in the World Cup in the list, and now he's France's outright all-time top scorer on 58.
Now,
crazy, isn't it?
To be fair, if you remember the other day, I was even saying Giroud just feels like one of them. Like, how the fuck is that the right answer? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But obviously, that now it feels right again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, imagine finding out that Joe was Brazil's top goal scorer.
Hey, Joe was good though.
Bro,
Joe was good.
I'm not knocking him, but compared to the strikers and attackers and tens that they've had, To find
Yeah.
out Joe was their top goal scorer of all time, you'd be thinking,
Yeah.
how? Innit? Like,
Yeah.
there's no way you can't. It's the same way with Giroud, innit? Like, it just didn't
Bro,
make.
sorry, let me stop you there quickly, yeah. Let me stop you there quickly. So I don't know whether to laugh or cry at this, yeah. So the all-time World Cup record goal scorers, yeah.
Yeah.
So Pele's on 12. Mbappe's just overtaken Messi. Messi's on 13. Mbappe now, yeah, is the all-time top French goal scorer in the World Cup on 14. He's just overtaken Just Fontaine. Yeah.
Yeah.
He is 1 behind R9. He's 2 behind Miroslav Klose.
Mad.
So Mbappe basically should be the all-time top goal scorer in the World Cup, basically, because he's only like 27, yeah, and he's definitely going to have about another 1 or 2 in him.
So wait, how many's he got? He got to score what, 3 to break it?
If he scores 3, he's the outright top scorer in the World Cup.
Yeah. So realistically, you can see him getting that probably before he even gets out of the group stage. Yeah.
But that's exactly what I'm saying,
Yeah.
because
And
their last group game is Iraq.
yeah.
And I'm
Don't tell me
sorry,
you're not
yeah.
gonna stat pad there, bro.
Well, we'll see what Norway do in it, because if Norway stat pad, then France will. But it depends, because I think France might change a bit of their team, yeah. But those 2 goals now, he's joined with Gerd Muller. He's overtaken Messi and compatriot Just Fontaine, and he's 1 behind R9, and he's 2 behind Klose.
Yeah. But that's
So what I'm trying to gain from that, yeah, is it me, yeah, or has football just dropped?
yeah. No, look, remember, yeah, this has been the stat pad era for the longest. Yeah, like the competition's not been the same whatsoever. Look, they've just extended the competition so you can get fucking 7 goal.
So you can get more goals. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Yeah.
realistically, I expect there's gonna be more goals scored, and it's always gonna be when you've got players that are viewed as this is the star of our country. He's going to like, realistically, if R9 was about now, his numbers would be fucking outrageous because everything had run through him. But back then, that wasn't the case.
Do you
know what I
think? Do you
mean?
think though? Yeah. Do you think R9 looks at this and thinks like this is bullshit?
Yeah, because I've watched enough like interviews of like old strikers and that. Like Andy Cole, like for me, is the funniest to watch because he explains it like, look, back in the day, like you were getting cropped for fucking 2-3 times before the ref even gave a warning. You know what I mean? Like the first one was free always, so people always stuck it on you. So his argument is now they can't touch they can't even pull your shirt with this pace that certain guys had and the power that they had. Now they'd absolutely destroy everything. Like they'd look like cheat code players. You know what I'm saying? But realistically, what like to play in this age, they would have had to have come up the same way as all these next ones. So they'd have probably had all that made them what they are stomped out of them just to make it through the academy. You know what I mean? Because back then, like when they came through, like they were coming through in a different era where you could still have a lot of fucking flair and stuff because there was players like Maradona and fucking even Glenn Hoddle was classed as a flair player. You know what I mean? So when these men were coming through, like you could be a bit more unique in it.
Yeah.
Since they started ironing that out, you only get a couple man that are just gonna hog up the numbers, and you see it everywhere. Like Liverpool, you look at Liverpool, one name comes to mind when you're thinking about where their numbers come from. Go to United, same thing. You know what I mean? Like most of these clubs, like big clubs, you'll look at and you're like, right, most of their shit's coming from this player. Bayern, you look at, you're like, right, it was from Lewandowski, and then when Lewandowski fucking left, it was Kane. You know what I mean? Like and then obviously you've got like support acts like Elise who's done stupid numbers, and you know what I mean. But there's always certain players that are just gonna get all the opportunities, and like
Yeah.
it could be an issue for some of these clubs. Like it's been an issue for Portugal for a while, like just constantly relying on Cristiano for everything. You know what I mean? Like realistically, the ones when they had to play that final without Cristiano, that was probably the best football they've played as a nation for fucking over a decade at that point, because they actually had to play football and not rely on one man for the whole game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, like look at Spain, yeah. If Yamal feels that he's the star and he's the main man and has to be fucking producing something, he's gonna take a lot more of the ball and potentially fucking become the villain. You know what I mean? Because he's wasted opportunities or whatever else.
Yeah.
It could actually backfire on a lot of these men having all that on their shoulders. Like Bruno will probably fucking be okay, because when he goes to Portugal, it's not all gonna be on his shoulders. You know what I mean? And I don't think people are gonna knock him if he doesn't do stupid numbers, because they're already on him, because yeah, he's just fucking broke the record and da. So like certain men are gonna feel okay after not getting numbers, but certain guys you're gonna look at, like if Yamal doesn't do well this World Cup, people are looking at him like, yeah, he's not the player that we thought. Like Loomis saying he's
Yeah.
almost
I think they're waiting
they're waiting on
to get on to
downfalls
it.
for some of these guys, innit?
Yeah.
So obviously it and the way that the game's played now, like back in the day, goals were coming from fucking everywhere. You know what I mean? Like now you kind of know who the danger men are on the pitch straight away, innit?
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a riskier game for these young talents that are gonna have everything pinned on them, like your mouth. Like luckily Elise's got fucking Dembele and Mbappe and that in front of him, so he can probably feel a bit more comfortable. But your
Yeah.
mouth feels the pressure, you know, like he's got to do something.
It's true. It's true. I think the only one I think he could probably lean on might be someone like a Pedri or a Rodri, in it. Rodri because he's experienced, and
Yeah.
Pedri because he's that good. But
But
again,
when it really
in
comes
terms of the
down
attack,
to it,
yeah, it's going to be on him. Yeah.
yeah, and let's be real, like you can become the villain if you're the one that makes a defensive error, but a lot of the times it's the missed opportunities. Like people remember, like even all the way back to fucking Gascoigne missing that, like just fucking inches away from it. Like
Yeah.
if he'd have just got his toe to that, history could have been totally different. You know what I mean? But it's these moments that people remember more than anything. It's the missed penalties that people remember more than who scored the winner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People
Yeah.
remember John Terry slipping and Anelka missing the last penalty. People don't remember who was the last person to score for United.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
people remember the bad side of it, innit? So it's one of them. If he's gonna be the one that's feeling like I've got to create something out of nothing going forward, because like you say, Rodri and that bit more defensive work in the middle of the park, controlling shit, but he's looking for you. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
it's a lot of pressure in it, and obviously, fucking hell, like you see how fast people are turn on young players. Like we seen it with Kobe. Like fucking he was our hero like, the season before last, and then fucking Amorim said that he didn't like him, and fucking half the fan base fucking turned on him instantly. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. But
It's true. It's
yeah,
true.
like I say, I feel like this World Cup still doesn't feel like a World Cup yet. And maybe when the knockouts stages start, I might get a bit more into it. But right now, this
Yeah, I
just
think when it hits the round of 32 or round of 16, I think that's when there'll be more interesting games, isn't it? But for how it is now, I mean, this game probably in terms of, I want to say excitement's probably been the best, but I don't know. I think the one thing for certain has been a lot of goals in this tournament so far. You know, I'll be very surprised to see what the actual record for this stage of the tournament, if it's broken a record for the amount of goals already. Because I think there's been
it's bound to anyway, just because like it's got how many extra fucking teams in this round now. You know what I mean? The group stages has got like fucking, I think it's like 4 extra groups or some shit included in there, innit?
yeah.
So it's bound to.
It's not fair that the focus is always on Mbappe. What about the other players? Says Foxy Danny. Yeah, listen, Foxy. This is literally what we spoke about. What you have to realize, is that Mbappe is the big name. So, you know, if Mbappe scores, you know, or plays or doesn't play too well, then you know he's going to get praise or criticism. Everything's going to be focused on him. It's just that because he's the captain, he's the one of the biggest names in football. So, but if anyone watched that game, you know, Mbappe was poor, but he's got the 2 decisive goals, and that's what people are going to focus on. But he wasn't the best player on the pitch. But then
some players like fucking Mbappe and Bruno, they don't want it any other way. They want it to all be on their shoulders. You know what I mean? And like Mbappe, hella confident in himself, and then you look at it like from young he was at PSG, obviously around a dense squad of absolute quality. Then he goes to Real Madrid, fucking ridiculous quality there. Look at his national setup. Yeah, being a star man of PSG, Real Madrid, and France, you're pretty comfortable because you've got such quality behind you. So there's less
and as well, he knows he's going to play regardless.
Yeah, so there's less risk factor, and you know you're cutting out competition. You know what I mean? Considering there is so much competition for space in that setup, it makes perfect sense for a player like Mbappe when he's got the PR machine behind him and he's got the hype behind him. That take full advantage of that, because you have got a good chance of winning World Cups and Euros anyway. Just because look at the squad. Like,
you know what's mad though? Yeah, I did say this before the tournament started. Yeah, he's in a catch-22 situation because you've got Dembele, who's won the Champions League, and he's won Ligue R as well. Yeah. Now, if France win the World Cup, but Mbappe outshines Dembele, Dembele is still going to win the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
You see how crazy it is? And again, Mbappe could break the record. He could be the best player in the tournament and win the World Cup, yeah? But technically, they cannot give Mbappe the Ballon d'Or off of that because Dembele's got 3 trophies because he's in the same team as him for the World Cup. But you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, and this is how fucked up it all is. Like, if Dembele ends up winning the Ballon d'Or, I would like to go back and just have a look at how many games he actually started. Because to win a Ballon d'Or and only start as many games as he did in the league, and then obviously he'd have probably started most of the Champions League, but I'm presuming in the group stage there'd have been at least a game or 2 where they fucking rotated, and you know, because it's not like full strength was needed for all those games. I don't remember everyone they played, but I presume because, you know, out of all the teams, there's only realistic that you know who's set to go through, really, innit? It's only if there's a shock or a big surprise or a poor dip, like a big dip in form for someone. But more time, you can look at the group stage and say, right, yeah, they're all clear. Everybody, you can tell, and it's normally you can see the clear line where it's drawn, where it's like, yeah, and the rest just go out, innit? Like, but yeah, man, like Dembele for me is a good player, quality player, but the fact that Dembele is one of that Ballon d'Or, it feels off. You know what I mean? When you go back and you start thinking about players that won the Ballon d'Or, it doesn't really. You know what I mean? Just watch each player individually that's won the Ballon d'Or. Yeah, I don't see how he fits in with the same mold. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
It's crazy, man. It is crazy.
It's the dip in the quality in it. Obviously, there's just I don't think there's anyone out there really that could stand on par with like fucking Dinios and R9s and that. You know what I mean?
Nah, no way, no way.
Even prime Michael Owen, the Michael Owen that won that Ballon d'Or was fucking ridiculous.
Mate, listen, Michael Owen, yeah, for me wasn't my type of striker, yeah. But there's no denying, man, when he burst onto the scene, yeah, like he was devastating, like unplayable at times. You know, he was quick, he was lethal. You know what I'm trying to say? He wasn't a great footballer. He never has been a great footballer. But when he come on, man, the pace and the sharpness, he was an absolute problem. And
couldn't deal with him. Just
couldn't deal with him, yeah.
You know what I mean? He was fucking ridiculous. Again, like what you're saying, he wasn't really my kind of striker, still isn't. But you couldn't deny that this guy is fucking ridiculous. Like
he was a problem, man. He was.
You look at it now, and Michael Owen, like he was ridiculous, but you still at that time you had so much quality around the world. Like you could understand why he won the Ballon d'Or, but there was a heap of guys that could have won it and nobody would have batted an eye. You know what I mean? But nowadays, fucking, it's one of them. Like, you look at it now, you're like, right, if France win, you know it's Dembele's.
Yeah. This is what I'm saying. It's funny because it's like Mbappe's in a lose-lose, really, because he wants to win the World Cup, but then, you know, he needs to have a Ballon d'Or, because when I'm looking at the Ballon d'Or winners that have been French, Zidane, Benzema, and I'm sure, was Platini on there? I can't remember.
Yeah, I know Platini's won one.
Yeah. So if he wants to be in that kind of company, Ousmane Dembele's there. Like, no one could deny it. Then Dembele's there, and he could be there twice, and Mbappe will still have to lick his wounds, in a sense. You know what I mean? But it's crazy, man. To think it's crazy to think
the same international stuff as Mbappe. He's been in the same teams, isn't it? So it's like,
that's exactly what I'm saying. And where even like Elise, yeah. Because as soon as Bayern Munich got knocked out of Champions League, technically the way that the Ballon d'Or has been done, you can't win the Ballon d'Or, because the players that win the Ballon d'Or, they would have won the Champions League, you know, or the World Cup in that season. You know what I'm trying to say? So this is why Dembele, really, the only one that can stop Dembele is probably Vitinha, really. Vitinha, João Neves. But I don't think João Neves will win it. They're the only ones that could stop him, because I don't think Georgia are not in the World Cup anyway. You know, again, Doué would be in the same situation as Dembele, because he's playing for France and PSG. But Doué's not going to win it, because they'll give it to Dembele first. So the only one really that can challenge him, you'd probably say, is Vitinha, because Vitinha was in the same team. But then Vitinha, if Portugal were to win the World Cup, then they'd have to give it to Vitinha, innit? So he's the only one, really.
Yeah. But
realistically,
I don't think really. I think they want Dembele at this point. You know what I mean? Because he's already in with a shout. Like, basically, because Real's not done anything this year, it's like they can't already know that they can't really give it Mbappe. Like you say, with no Champions League, he's not getting it. Yeah, it takes Vinny out of the convo. It takes fucking Bellingham, despite, like, obviously with PR he'd have been in there, but all these man wiped out all these big names. Same with all these Barca guys. So you're just literally looking at PSG and you're seeing it, and it's like, well, the majority of these men are French. You know what I mean? The rest of the man ain't really got hopes at the World Cup. So going off that criteria, it's easy as just to have a Dembele do a back-to-back thing.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So, or unless Vitinha or Nuno Mendes do a madness as well. But again, you're not going to give Ballon d'Or to a left back. So Vitinha's the only one, bro. I'm saying Vitinha or João Neves. But Vitinha will be ahead of João Neves. So
Yeah,
it's
because
only one of
will
them.
play a bigger part in the World Cup if they was to do the World Cup, innit?
Yeah, I agree. Or you've got. I mean, Marquinhos is a centre back, so you can't give it to him really. And then you got Fabian Ruiz at Spain. You know, they're the only realistic ones, and that's purely because of the Champions League.
Yeah, and I can't see Ruiz getting a Ballon d'Or off the World Cup
Nah,
because
neither can I.
he's
So
just. I feel like there's to win the Ballon d'Or automatically you need a certain profile. That's why like Bellingham can enter the conversation on PR alone because his PR makes it look like he's of a certain stature immediately, innit? So
bro, listen, let's ignore that name, man, from this conversation, bro. I'm not here for that. Let's just see tomorrow because there's a clamour for this guy to start the game, and as I said, man, that guy it's ridiculous, man. The amount of PR this guy gets, yeah. I see something the other day, yeah, and this guy's all over the screen, and it's like, wait a minute, this guy was struggling to get into the squad, yeah. It was touch and go whether he was going to be in the squad. We know that he was. Now they're doing hit pieces on him, saying that he has to start for England at 10. It's like it's annoying, bro. It's annoying, but yeah, it is what it is, isn't it? What was I going to say? Let's see if you spot this. Yeah.
go on.
What are all the goal scorers tonight that scored for both teams have in common?
They've all got Senegalese fucking heritage in it.
No.
No?
I don't think Mbappe has or Barcola.
I swear.
But there's something they've all got in common.
Wait. All played at PSG.
Yeah, there we go. Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's
But
actually
again,
crazy. You got three current players and one ex-player.
this is what I'm saying, man. The quality of that nation, like they're looking at them from kids, Sunday league, they're taking them before clubs are getting their hands on them.
Yeah.
I'm telling you now, it's a different. Like they look at the game like that is everything. You know what I mean?
That's why they're so
That's how it
far ahead,
needs
man.
to be. Yeah, but that's how it needs to be. If you want to look, France fucking what from '98. Yeah, and let's be real, they were only in the conversation in '98 because they were playing in France. Like
Yeah.
looking at the teams, Brazil was still the clear favourites and they had to play Brazil in the final. You know what I mean? So it's like from there where they weren't like clear favourites when they won it, they've pretty much stayed there or thereabouts ever since. Obviously, other teams have won shit, but they've always been there or thereabouts. There was that little drop off for that time where fucking there was like chaos basically behind the scenes in it with the manager and the people running like the fucking the national setup in it. Like there was some fucking because they didn't qualify for something over Ireland with the handball in it, and it was all some kind of big kickoff and
That was when Henri done the
the
handball
handball
thing,
in
innit?
it. But fucking obviously because like there was commotion off that, and then there was fucking something. They went to the World Cup, and I think they ended up getting knocked out in the group stage or something, if I'm correct. Anyway, because there was already so much shit going on behind the scenes that when they got to the World Cup, they were just fucking weren't performing in it. But other than that one drop, but again, that was more from the sounds of it, from what I've seen, like years later, it seems to be that it was more behind the scenes. It weren't anything to do with the quality of the squad. It was just a case of fucking. You know what I mean? If you've got a bunch of fucking clowns like trying to manage the national setup, it doesn't matter how much quality you've got, nothing's gonna work in it.
Yeah.
Obviously, when you've got such high quality in that setup as well, you can't have an idiot trying to run shit because no one's gonna respect it. You've got the best of the best here. Why do they have to respect this fucking clown? You know what I mean? Like that's why realistically they really want fucking Zidane as the next fucking French fucking manager, really, innit? They know that everyone knows if Zizou walks in there, he's got the respect of every player that he calls up. There's never going to be a question of anything.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Wait a minute. France play Iraq next, do they? I sworn they played Norway next.
They'll try to make that one an interesting one, innit? So they've got to fucking turn up. Like that'll probably be the last game of their group.
Oh, yeah, it must be. They're saying that Roberto Martinez is going to step down as Portugal manager after the tournament as well.
I expect a fair few man to do that, to be fair, because there's quite a lot of decent managers currently international setups, innit?
Yeah.
It's not enough competition for the big names. Like unless it's someone like Ancelotti, I can see him maybe sticking around in international setup because he's taking it slower. You know what I mean?
I suppose though it depends how he does with them, innit?
Yeah. But again, even if he doesn't do well or whatever, he might just call it a day. You know what I mean? Because he is old enough to just walk away at this point, innit? But if he does well, I could see him sticking around. Basically, I could see Brazil being his last job, innit? But when you've got like younger managers where it's like, nah, I could still see these men with a good 10 to 15 years in the game, innit? I can't see him sticking around to compete for another trophy in 2 years' time. Like, nah. Go somewhere else now, innit? You've tried your little international thing, move on.
Yeah.
Especially you've had a World Cup. What are you gonna do? You know what I mean? Are you gonna top that experience? It's already on your CV now, innit?
No, you're not wrong, man. You're not wrong.
Look at Amarim. Look at the job that he's just fucking walked into. Off the back of
based on the land.
fucking performance United's ever seen from a manager, like ridiculous. But that's because on his CV, he's an ex-United manager. So now he's got, you know what I mean? He's got a bit of clout behind his name.
Literally that, you know. But it's quite clear that AC Milan weren't watching what he was doing, man. The sabotage job, you know what I mean? So
but the thing is, though, is weird tactics might work in the Italian league. You know what I mean? Because like these lesser leagues that have like I say, Serie A was always Galazzo was a massive part of my childhood. I will always for Serie A for that reason. But it's not the same league. Even the top teams that I'll always respect, AC, Inter, Juve, Roma. You know the list, bro. Fucking, I can't say enough about that teams like Lazio and that, bro. These teams are not the same teams that they used to be, though, innit?
No,
they are basically on the same level of a fucking sport in Lisbon right now.
Yeah.
Obviously,
thing is, though, if he starts doing his nonsense, man, Ibra's gonna be there for one of them fly kicks. I'm pretty sure, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I can't see Ibra taking nonsense, but again, like I say, I could actually see his nonsense working over there because it's a lesser league, innit? But fuck, you know, imagine my man ends up getting sacked before Christmas. Imagine they sack him quicker than we sacked him.
Yeah,
I'll be fuming with that one.
Yeah, exactly. But listen, we got 9 million back from it, so you know what I mean. Something.
I hear it.
It's something.
Fuck, you know, to be fair, like that's another point as well. You see how like all these like the Amazon deals an extra like 10 mil. They've just got that. They're looking at fucking percentages of different players getting like with sell-on clauses. Like because Garnacho, like obviously is taught that he's not going to be at Chelsea next season. We've got a sell-on clause on that. We've got a sell-on clause on Greenwood, who's pretty much played his last game in France. So we like there's money still to come, and we've been just pulling money out left, right, and center. I'm telling you now, this window is gonna be a big one, man.
Bro, I hope so, man. I hope so, man. I just hope that we sign the right players, man. to be honest.
Yo, they've been giving us all the information gradually. Like he even said, look, we're definitely getting 3 midfielders, and we've got more money for other positions. We're just gonna allocate X amount for these 3 midfielders that we're buying. You know what I mean? And then the first one they did, they got a fucking bargain, really. Considering the prices of players that are getting thrown about right now, we got a decent price for Edison. So, and we've got fucking players halfway out the door. We've got players that have already agreed to leave before that last season was done, like Highland and that. Bro, it's definitely going to be a big window. There's no way that we're not. They're literally showing the world, like, look, we're pulling money left, right, and center. Financial fair play is not going to be an issue. Look what we spent like last season with no Europe. Now we've got Champions League. That's more money to the budget. Throwing all these outgoings and the contract saved and all that. We said it the other week, innit? Like that, all the money from them 3 contracts, Casemiro, Sancho, and Malacia, that there is like fucking 35 million a year that we're saving. That's on wages now, and we've still got.
Yeah, but ain't that gonna go on the debt repayments though?
Well, it depends. Like I say, with that coming in, that essentially like that can be allocated to the wage or transfer budget in it. However, they want to fucking allocate it, but that can be money that can be spent now in it. But that's the point. This is where it's a case of, well, are the Glazers and Ineos serious about actually getting United back to competing before they sell? Because everyone knows that the long game is for them to sell when they've got the new stadium and the values like fucking as much as it is now. So do they want to try and invest a little bit more now whilst there's the opportunity to get back to competing, because that will add more to the overall
more value?
Yeah. So it's like, are they going to take that risk? Because right now, like, there's never been a better time for us. If you're going to start a rebuild, right now is perfect opportunity with Pep leaving, with fucking Chelsea starting with a new manager, Liverpool starting with a new manager. Carrick's already kind of got his feet in, like, you know what I mean? His feet are under the table. You know what I mean? We could realistically, with one good window this season, and just say, right, we're going to play kids for cups, including Champions League. All we're going to do is focus on the league. Yeah, we could easily compete for the league. And then with next summer's fucking window as well, that's where right now we can compete on all fronts. You know, I mean, it's 2 good windows, and it's not like they need to invest. It's just spend the money that is coming to us from these players. You know what I mean? You don't have to even invest, just using the money that comes in from what we've earned from our league position, what we've qualified for, and who we sell, and add the money that the contracts fucking free up. Yo, our budget is massive on paper. You don't have to fucking really spend anything. All you've got to do is just say, right, we're not going to be cunts, and if anything, take the bare minimum on the fucking repayments. But the repayments, realistically, that's why they say they don't invest in it, because the money from the fucking the match day tickets and all the rest of it, the season tickets, that's all going towards the debt repayments. So for me, players being sold, that shit shouldn't even come into the mix. That's because that's all to do with financial fair play. So why not that available there where we fucking need it, especially if you intend on competing, because that's what the other clubs are doing. I mean, you can't fucking you can't compete and penny pinch. And I know obviously when Ineos came in, they fucking sacked bare people, got rid of bare people, caused a lot of fucking upheaval. But if that was a case of because they felt like, well, we're gonna have to invest a bit, this, that, and the next, we need to put down our outgoings because we don't want to invest as much as would be necessary in it right now. If they're investing in just getting the club back to competing, we don't need all this office staff. We need to put that money into the fucking team, innit? So that could be the lot like this like the main vision right now. Because once you've got the team back competing and you're constantly in Champions League and you're actually competing to get further in the Champions League, the money's secure. Now you can start hiring people again, no problem. I mean, you can expand as the team's expanding. But when you're not got no Europe and nothing like that, it's like, well, how much work is there to be done? You know what I mean? Like, but obviously not trying to fucking defend the actions, just trying to wish for the best, really, innit? Like, hopefully all them people getting sacked will actually stand for something. Hopefully it will
Yeah,
start
it'll
better.
work itself out. But I
Yeah,
think that's what they've had in mind anyway, you know, because I think people that are emotional will be like, oh, yeah, can you sack all these workers? But if it turns out that United, you know, do the business in the market, you know, they're making good investment plans, they're saving money, etc. Then you never know, man. These things could, in hindsight, be worth it, innit? You
yeah,
know,
because
but
if these have worked out that look, if we get rid of X amount of staff and we
mm,
only keep the bare backbone for it,
yeah,
then basically what we earn from match day and all that, that can pay the debt, and then everything else is going back on the team, and nothing else is getting recouped to go on all these wages. All the money that's
yeah,
getting saved on what we would have had to have thrown on wages to, because the money from tickets and all that should be paying wages, but because that's
yeah,
going on for debt, they've got to find the wages from somewhere.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? So maybe that's the logic, where short term we just go to a backbone so that we're not having to invest out of our own pockets into like rebuilding. But then when we have rebuilt, we can start bringing these people back, because then they'll be needed again. Because once you're competing for Champions League, you're one of the biggest in the world again. So
yeah,
that's where you need like all these people fucking on deck, taking calls, email, whatever the fuck the job roles were in it.
yeah,
But like I say, hopefully, like 2 windows, we can be competing for everything. But it's just a case of, are these men willing to do that, or are they literally? Because they could just easily have just said, "Fuck it, strip all the bare back to the bare backbone, so we can line our pockets as heavily as possible."
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
And the
they
thing is,
might have any
if they've
kind
got
of
plans to
rebuild.
leave, for them it'd be like, well, why are we gonna pump money into this if we're leaving? But then
Yeah,
again, them leaving the club in a good state, in a sense, is gonna be more valuable for them, isn't it, in the long run?
yeah. Because like right now, fucking as it stands, will be worth something. But when they've got the new stadium built, that's bringing in a certain amount from just random concerts and shit, that's gonna
Mm,
add fucking value to it. And then on top of it, if the team was performing and competing for shit,
yeah,
you're gonna get a massive payment, and you're gonna have a lot more people in for it, because you're a hot commodity at that point. You're actually
yeah,
winning shit and competing for shit. Why wouldn't people
yeah,
see that as a smart investment? Because you're not a project anymore. Now I'm just taking over a
mm,
success business that's good to go. You know what I mean? So hopefully they are that business savvy where they've worked out a way to make themselves rich on the fucking back end. But uh, in the meantime, they're gonna actually get us to back to winning ways in it.
yeah,
But like I say, just as easy for them to say, fuck it, just play the long game. We've only got a few years to wait until we can fucking sell it on. Just wait it out. You know what I mean? Because like I say, anytime there's a planned fucking protest or anything, they just leak some news of some shit and everyone
yeah,
gets happy
yeah, yeah.
for a week. So they can easily buy a few more years. They've already
Mm,
fucking bought how long? It's not going to be hard for them, but hopefully, like I say, Ineos has thought, nah, there's more value. We can maybe make double what we're fucking thinking about if we just, you know what I mean, cut a few
yeah.
fucking jobs, put that money into the fucking team instead of our pockets.
Boy, let's see, man. Let's see what happens. But I think at the moment, yeah, there's not really much news going on in it. It's been a bit boring, I'll be honest. But yeah, I mean, it's still gonna remain positive in it and see what happens in it. So yeah, man. But I'm optimistic, man, with who we've been linked to. You know, so just gotta
Yeah,
see.
the fact of how quick we've been on shit and like we fucking basically wrapped up the deal with Edison immediately. Like we've been in
Yeah,
quick. We've wrapped up some outgoings fucking as quick as possible as well, innit? So
yeah,
like I say, that was a big problem last season. We couldn't get rid of players.
yeah,
Players were just saying like that they want certain moves and they were willing to fucking sit there until they got it. And they got their way. If you think about it, Anthony got his way. Fucking
yeah,
Rashford got his way. Sancho got his way in the end. You
mm,
know, everyone just fucking bullied it really, innit? This season, it's not been the same. Hoyland fucking was writing a goodbye message before his season even finished.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like fucking I
Mm.
can't
And
really
and technically, his fees paid for Edison. So
yeah. So
mm,
like I say, I'm quite optimistic myself, but it's one of them like I can just as easily see a reality where yeah, we're dreamers, bro. You know what I mean?
yeah,
We're hoping for the best out of Devils, but hopefully, like I say, it would make more business sense in getting us on form, especially considering now is it's an opportunity that they probably didn't foresee coming. Because I would have never have thought we'd go into a season where Carrick is like you say, other than Arteta,
mm,
Carrick's the longest booking standing manager out of the top like 5 clubs. That's crazy.
yeah,
Like even if you want to throw Tottenham into the conversation, longer than Deserby, you know what I mean? Like Carrick's been there fucking much longer than everyone. He's only been there fucking 6 months.
mm,
Uh, that no one could have foreseen. So
yeah,
if you don't take the most of that opportunity where you know, right, there's only really Arsenal to beat. Everybody else is starting fresh, and we've had a few months head start. It's for me, it just makes perfect sense to say, for fuck it, just take the gamble in it. But
yeah.
like I say, we have to wait and see in it. Fucking what
Yeah.
time's the game tomorrow?
Let me just check. I think it's 8. I think it might be 8 or 9 o'clock. Let me just check now.
Croatia in it.
Yeah. So yeah, 9 p.m.
Mm.
Yeah, 9 p.m. So yeah, 9 p.m. And then
What other games are on tomorrow then? Because obviously the
so Argentina are playing Algeria early hours in the morning. So they're playing 1 o'clock in the morning. Which, to be fair, I want to watch that, man, but I don't know if I'll be able to stay awake. You know what I mean? But yeah, Norway are playing Iraq now. Well, starting in about 10 minutes, and then yeah, Algeria and Argentina. I wish that Argentina Algeria game was the one on now, because that's going to be a good game. You know, Algeria got some, obviously got Riyad Mahrez, got some decent players. Obviously,
yeah.
Argentina, Messi, Alvarez, etc. You know what I mean? So, um, but yeah, man. Listen, we're gonna wrap it up anyway. Bro, big up for coming on.
Yeah, man.
Um, yeah. What are you saying? You were there tomorrow?
Yeah. Should be
Yeah,
all right. I should be there for the start of the match as well tomorrow. So
cool, man. Cool. So yeah, man. Guys, big up for coming on each and every time as well. Big up to all the mods each and every time as well for coming through. And yeah, France obviously beating Senegal 3-1, killing Mbappe, overtaking Olivier Giroud as the all-time top goal scorer for France. And again, he's overtaken French compatriot Just Fontaine, you know, and Lionel Messi for the most goals in the World Cup. And he's only 2 off the record from Miroslav Klose, 1 off from R9. And yeah, man, literally, he's going to be the outright top goal scorer in the World Cup. And the guy is only 27, so he's definitely going to do it. World Cups every 4 years. he's definitely got another 2 left in him. So he's definitely going to do it, man. He could even do it in this tournament.
I reckon he'll do it before the fucking knockouts.
Yeah, if he does, man, I think this World Cup might have to be put in the bin, man, if he does that, to be honest with you, because it's crazy, man. Last question before we wrap it up. Prediction, fellas. Christopher McGrath. So I'm going to say tomorrow, England, Croatia, 1-1. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw.
I'm
What
gonna
you
go.
say, Fitz?
I'm gonna go 2-1 England. I think we're just about. I reckon it's gonna be a late winner.
You think?
Yeah, I reckon it's gonna be a fucking tight game. It's gonna be an eye opener. People are gonna get on show for the lack of creativity and that. I think it's gonna be one of
the reason why I'm gonna say it's gonna be 1-1, yeah, is because England's last game was against did they play Costa Rica in a friendly?
Yeah, I think it was, yeah.
What was the score? Did they win that? Was it 3-0 they won that game?
I can't remember. I don't pay that close
I think
attention.
they won the game, yeah, but I think the reason I'm going for 1-1 is I don't think Croatia are great now. I mean, Modric is not the same Modric, obviously, but they got Kovacic. I don't know if Brozovic is going to play, Perisic, etc. Gvardiol. They've got good players, and I think the reason why I'm going 1-1 is it's either going to be one or two things. England are going to start quick, you know, and get a couple of goals. And then, yeah, they're going to be too much for Croatia. But I'm going to reiterate what I've been saying, yeah. Croatia being one of them, these teams keep the ball. And it's going to be essential because the longer these teams keep the ball, you know, England, you know, could get frustrated. They could revert to just going long ball, going a bit direct. So I think that's going to be the key. I think if England start quickly and they put the pressure on Croatia, you know, getting a couple of goals up, you're going to force Croatia to come out and play. And obviously England have pace on the counter, which they could pick them off in it.
Yeah.
So, but I just don't know. I think Croatia, people are not really rating Croatia. I think they're writing him off. But when it comes to tournament football, you know, these guys, they know how to get over the line in certain games. So, you know, they obviously made the World Cup final the last 2 World Cups ago, you know, in 2018. So you have to give them that respect. So yeah, I'm gonna say 1-1. 1-1. And then obviously England got Ghana and Panama. You know, I think the Ghana game won't be easy, but you probably expect them to beat Ghana. And again, Panama as well. But yeah, man, we'll have to wait and see. But guys, we are going to be here tomorrow, 8:45 for a 9 p.m. kickoff. Myself and Fitz again for the watch along. So yeah, make sure you guys come through. And yeah, obviously it should be a good one. It's going to be a heated game, I suppose, as well. But let's see how England get on in their first game of the tournament. And yeah, we'll be there. And yeah, so 8:45 tomorrow, guys. And as I say, make sure, guys, when you leave the channel, you smash that like button and make sure you sub to the channel as well if you're new in here. And yeah, we'll catch you guys tomorrow at 8:45 for the England versus Croatia game. Big up to yourselves, and we'll catch you guys in a bit. Fitz, big up, bro.
Yeah, man. Bless, brother.
Later, man. Big up.